No, I'm going live right now. Yes.
Been dragging the bottom for oh so long, but I can feel that power running strong. It's in the air, I can feel it now. The dragon's walls are crumbling down, and it's time to fly as I say goodbye.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Matthew Spear and Olivia Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Good to have you here.
Hello.
Hello. We got a lot going on tonight. It is a busy Red Friday, as we know. Whole lot going on. Please get this out as soon as you can. Share, like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Get this out in the Twitterverse, Rumble, and everywhere else. We would appreciate it. Let's have a good Friday night together. Got some topics we're going to be covering. Talk about Leeroy was on the Erikson show today, which was kind of cool. And talking about the Fed, talking about Iran, talking about all sorts of fun stuff. Please do us a favor. Be here. Be present. And let's have a great, great night. All right, everybody. We'll see you in about 3 minutes. Red Friday. Make sure you get your red on.
It's Red Friday, RED Friday, which stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. A movement designed to honor veterans and deployed U.S. troops by wearing a red shirt every Friday. As simple as that may be, Red Friday is a great way to back those who serve our country. Go to dumbshow.com and search for Red Friday to get your red on.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me Show, otherwise known as The Dumb Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The Dumb Show on social media or thedumbshow.com.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leeroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Oh, man, you know what I love? What I absolutely love is when the gaping vaginas from Facebook who can't argue in the comments section come and troll the show. Peter is here. Peter got absolutely shellacked by me, just destroyed. I think it was like, what, Peter? 176 people liked my comment, and I think that 12 people laughed at your sorry ass. Pedro, why don't you call in? We've got a call-in number, don't we, Liv?
We sure do.
What is that number? Let's get Pedro to call in. Let's see.
I don't remember.
Let me see. There it is. Pedro, why don't you go ahead and call us, man? We're waiting on you. 276-200-2105. Is that it, Liv?
Yes.
Let's have him call in. Pedro. We're going to give you some airtime. Pedro Avalar is his name. Wasn't very good in the comment section. We'll see if he can do it live. 276-200-2105. Call in. Lines are open. Would love to hear if this guy's going to call in or not. Let's see. I don't know if he even has a phone. He kind of lived. He may be illegal. I don't even know if he owns a phone. Did you get a government phone? I'm wondering. So I'm going to give him another second, and I'm going to be patient. I'm even signing in right now. Now, all he's got is taco or whatever. And the taco thing, I don't even understand. Trump always chickens out. Is it chicken out by killing Soleimani? Is that when he did chicken out, or the Abraham Accords? Is that when he chickened out? Sanctions on Russia, is that when he chickened out? Actually giving the weapon systems to Ukraine? When he was getting sheets and beddings from the U.S. government, we gave him javelins. Is that the Trump you're talking about? See, Peter, I can promise you one of two things. One is that if you call in, you're going to be absolutely embarrassed. And the second thing I can tell you is that if you call in, you'll absolutely be embarrassed. And I'm pretty sure that in question would be your manhood if you don't call in. And I think it's fair to say that Bernadette Peterson probably is more of a man than you are. So we'll see if you call in. There it is. It's live. Phone lines are here. 276-200-2105. Let's see if this guy calls in. All right, folks. I don't think Peter's going to call in. So we're going to do something else. And if he continues to spam Trump always chickens out, which he can't back up because, let's face it, he doesn't have anything to support that. You can ban him. But until then, let's see if he'll be a man. Let's see if he'll be a man. But I love the fact that you're so triggered that I destroyed you so terribly bad.
That he had to join us live.
That you had to come on live. That you literally stopped from drinking tequila, beating your wife, sitting on the couch with a hand down your pants, to coming on my show and stalking me on a Friday night because you have nothing to do. Nothing to do but stalk me on my own show. I love it. I love that I'm in your head. So let's go ahead and talk about a real hero. Somebody who actually has the balls, the guts. Happy Red Friday, everybody. Hey, Olivia, happy Red Friday.
Happy Red Friday.
Remember everyone deployed, folks. Brent Taylor, he was a man who wore 2 uniforms. Out of respect, Liv, can we stop doing what we're doing and
Yes,
listen
I
to this?
sure
Sorry.
can.
No, I just appreciate it.
Yep.
We've never done it before, so I figured we could do it that way. We'll just take a moment of pause. Cool?
Yep.
Gold Star Families. Libby and I have a long relationship with Gold Star Families. We've built roofs for Gold Star Families. We've given them flags. Could you close that white window up there? It's throwing off the entire set.
Yes.
Yeah, just keep it closed, please.
And
Any day.
Yep.
Thank you. We have a long relationship with Gold Star Families. And we had one of our viewers say, hey, well, maybe you could talk a little bit about Gold Star Families. So we're going to do that. Brent Taylor was a man who wore 2 uniforms, one for his town and one for his country. He wasn't just a soldier. He was the mayor of North Ogden, Utah. It's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
A mayor. A father of 7.
Wow.
That aligns with a big family.
Yes.
A huge family. A husband, a believer in something bigger than himself. In 2018, Major Brent Taylor deployed for the 4th time, this time to Afghanistan to help train Afghan commandos. He didn't have to go. He could have taken a deferment, but he told his wife, Jenny, if I'm asking others to serve, I have to be willing to serve too. He never came home. Brent was killed by an insider attack on November 3rd, 2018, shot by one of the very men he was trying to help. The news shattered his town, shook his state, and left his wife a widow with 7 children to rear on her own. But Jenny Taylor didn't retreat. She stood up, as most Gold Star families do. She turned her grief into mission. She launched the Major Brent Taylor Foundation to help other Gold Star families. She became a civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army. She organized flights for Gold Star families to visit war memorials and carried her husband's story to classrooms, churches, and anyone willing to listen. And the community remembered. They built her and the kids a new home in North Ogden. They honored Brent with a memorial, but more importantly, they stood with Jenny. She never stopped standing with them. So tonight, we remember Major Brent Taylor, not just for how he died, but for how he lived and how we honor Jenny Taylor and her children for carrying that torch. That's what a Gold Star family looks like. It's not broken, but resilient, not forgotten, forever honored. So every Friday, we will have a Gold Star family story and remember the fallen. And people like Pedro will continue to live and suck air and consume it with no passion, with no veritas, and no spine. What a shame. What a shame that Major Taylor and his family are no longer together and people like Pedro continue to walk the earth. Speaking of Gold Star families, Liv,
Yes.
we have a special Gold Star brother who will be on in the next couple of weeks.
Yes, he will.
Who will that be?
Mr. Ryan Weaver is coming back.
Mr. Ryan Weaver will be coming back. It's pretty exciting. You got to see him on the intro right here.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The Dumb Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The Dumb Show on social media or thedumbshow.com.
So Ryan Weaver will be here. We're really excited about it and hope you are too. Hey, Liv.
Yes.
Our lights are bugging out.
I see.
Can you
that.
do me a favor? Could
Yeah.
you have Ethan close all the doors for me?
Yes.
And we have got to keep that one window closed, Liv. Please, I'm
Yes.
begging
I'll
you
just
to
shut it.
not open it again.
I'll just shut it because I
Yeah,
can't.
that's right. That's right. You have to turn on the brightness on your computer because it's literally eating up everything. Or put it in dark mode. That app I taught you.
I'll have to figure that one out. I'll just shut it for now, and then I'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah. So
because I don't know how.
okay. All right, Liv. Okay. We're having a lot of problems right now, folks. Please bear with us. Okay. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. We keep getting dropout on our lighting system. Let me just Let me just turn this thing off. Okay, if that happens again, we'll just turn it off. Hey, Liv, best thing you can do is put it behind a window, and put it behind a window, behind a black window, so it doesn't do that. Or turn your brightness down. I mean, that's way too bright right now, the top one. It's just, it can go down so much, and you're still going to be able to see it. All right, sorry, folks. Glad we all had a chance to hear about the Gold Star family. There you go. Yeah, hold on one second, folks. We're just going to fix this. And then give it a try.
It is down to
It's okay.
3.
That's great. Let's go down to 2, 1, 0. There you go. Cool. All right, now give it a try. And maybe just not have it be such a big window. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll download that for you, honey.
Okay. That would be
Actually, if you
fantastic.
just go into the App Store right now, and you can do this while you're on.
Okay.
And it's called Darker. Kind of racist. Darker.
It's a
As
great
opposed
app
to
name.
lighter. Anyway, nice to see. Frederick says, you guys keep looking up like you have a fly buzzing in the room. Well, we're trying to manage the top window of our computers, which holds all of our information. Okay, so anyway, let's get moving on. We got a lot to do. Liv, you didn't reset the goal?
I did reset the goal.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll go into it again.
let me take a look. Yep, there we go. I got it fixed. Folks, goal's up, $300. Sorry, we're still ironing out a few of the bugs here on the new set. And it's pretty good, but lights were turning off for no reason. And we might have to check that again. There you go. We're just going to get this installed for Olivia to make her life much easier, and then we can get going. If you want to call into the show and you're not Pedro, you can do that by calling into right there. Call us 1276 200 2105, and we will have a conversation. So today, Liv, I was pleasantly surprised.
About what?
I was pleasantly surprised that Leeroy reached out to me and said, hey, Matt, I just got us plugged on the Erikson show.
Nice.
Yeah, and Erikson, somebody we enjoy. I give Eric some hard times once in a while because I think he can be a little wishy-washy. And that's not a bad thing. I just think sometimes, you need to maybe not take sides, but show a little bit of loyalty, just a little bit sometimes. But I do enjoy Eric. Olivia is super clean and clarity, but you're just a tiny blurred. Okay. Liv?
Yes. Do I need to fix your camera?
Yeah, Liv.
Okay.
They just said I'm blurred, so
All right.
that's what we got to do. I wish I could throw something at it and just do it, but I can't. Here, why don't you let me have your mouse and I'll fix your screen.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yep. Did you install it? Yeah, so you got to go in your preferences. There we Yeah, I guess. I didn't think I was blurry at all, but I think people don't understand is that there are different skin tones in the world, and some people have darker skin than other people. You know what I mean?
I am a porcelain doll.
Yeah. Folks, just one second. I know this is completely sucks, but Safari extensions. Ugh. Liv, did you read what it said to do?
Yeah, it said to go into Safari and go to preferences and click on, it was up on the window right there. I was reading it and
Extensions, right?
yeah, and then I'm supposed to do it to whatever site I want it. And the only one I want it for is,
Always allow. We're going to do it for everything because that is going to make you very happy. Okay?
okay.
There you go. Now, if you do this and it's on now, open up Wimkin and give it a look.
Okie dokie.
And then it's asking, are you enjoying darker? Say yes, because once you go black, you never go back. It's okay. Just hit close that. Cancel. Yep. Close it. Close that. Whatever that is. That Apple window?
Yep. I'm gonna go back to Facebook.
Okay. I thought you were going to Wimpkin.
I am. That was Facebook window.
Okay. I don't think that one's going to Facebook, baby. We got to fix that. Can I see your remote?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yay.
Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
Awesome. I'll let you deal with that. All right,
Thank
folks. Sorry about
you.
that. Let's see. Do we have any more Pedro? Greg Carlisle was born in Chicago. Try again. Sure you were. Sure, Pedro. Pedro, so let me get this straight. If you're born in Chicago, you should have a phone. If you have a phone, why don't you call in? I mean, since you're so concerned with us, why don't you call in? Chicago's a shithole, Pedro. I wouldn't be bragging about that. And if there's any blurriness, usually it's internet connection. It's not us.
It is.
The background shouldn't be in full focus, Sandy, ever. And the reason why is because that's not what the lens is designed to do. But we did it, but it's going to change. Liv, are you on there? There you go.
Yes, I'm getting there. I'm getting my windows back up.
All right, let me know when you're good.
Okay.
So we can get started here.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Yep.
So Pedro's not going to call in. That's a shame. To let you guys know, there's a couple things. One is that if you have not had a chance behind Olivia's going to put her finger up. And
Where?
why is he coming in?
Because he's saying goodbye because he's spending the night. Because I want to say goodnight to him.
Oh, I didn't know he was.
Yeah, he's gone for the rest of the
I thought he was here.
No.
Why are you. Ethan, it's time to go. We're live. Let's go, Bubba.
Love you, Bubba. See you in the morning. Bye, Levi.
Love you, buddy. Be safe. Be good, okay? Don't do anything I would do. All right.
All right, E, make sure you close that door all the way.
All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Yep. Close fast and
Love you.
Close
Have
tight.
fun. We have no children tonight.
Thank God. Let's go to a strip club. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I hear there's good ones in West Virginia.
Yeah. Amy Stanko, thanks for making your show about me. Well, no, Pedro, I make the show about you because you're a putz. And I've made a living off of putzes like you. You've managed to allow me to retire from 2 Fortune 500 companies, 2 Fortune 15 companies, and do this full time. I'm more successful in a hobby than you are at anything in your entire life, Pedro. That's why you don't have an avatar up. That's why you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, because you're a perpetual loser. What?
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys fan. Sorry, dude.
Yeah. So I'm waiting, Pedro, for you to call in. Waiting for you to grab some time. And what's funny is that when you say that and you make the comment, oh, well, you make an entire show about you. That's what we do here. We handle the trolls. And I'll give you credit. You're one of the only trolls to show up in quite a while.
That's actually brave of you.
No, he's not brave. No, he's not brave. He's not brave. He's a putz. And he's a coward. And he's scared. So what he does is he sits here and he goes ahead and tries to get people's goats, but doesn't have the courage or the intellect to make a phone call and make an argument.
God.
Every time I try to comment, it's going to Pedro's page. I don't know what that means, Michelle. Here is Leeroy. Take a
She
listen.
probably clicks on his name as opposed to the stream.
Yeah. Leeroy was on the Erikson show. He called in and wants you to take a listen to this. This is pretty cool. It's just audio because the video was all messed up. Here it is. Let me just switch over the audio. And hopefully Pedro can reach into his boyfriend's purse and find his testicles to call in.
To cause an abortion. Will the child die? Yes, the child will die. But action of removing the brain dead person from life support is not to cause the abortion. It's a side effect. A plain and clear reading of the woman. Now, I want you to be with Vision Computer.
I'm gonna stop that and put on this one instead.
Wish to be on the program. I'm going to go to Dayton, Ohio. WHIO. Mike is listening up there. Welcome to the show, Mike. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you? Hey, this is the second time I'm calling in. You and I had a really great conversation last time about the strength of China.
Yes.
I am one of the intelligence analysts I work in the community, and so
Well, that would have been.
Wish to be on the program.
Sorry about that.
We go to Dayton, Ohio. WHIO. Mike is listed up there. Welcome to the show, Mike.
whether or not they're dropping for a while now is those potential for those aircraft from China to dip into Iran and what that's all about. And one thing to keep in mind, size of the aircraft. They're not dropping off. If we can't tell whether or not they're dropping off or picking up.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't make sense for them to be picking up anything.
Now, this is what we talked about last night with Leeroy on the show, Liv, you remember, with the Chinese cargo planes flying into Tehran.
Yeah.
So Leeroy decided to take that conversation that we had and go and talk to Erikson about it. And it was excellent. Here's the rest. And he plugged the show twice.
One. Two, if they are dropping off, it's not going to be small arms ammunition. It's going to be larger systems. And when you think about the exchanges that have happened in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, it only makes sense that those are potentially replacements, missile replacements for Iran to launch into Israel. We covered it. Do you mind if I get in a quick plug here?
Go for it. I'll allow it.
Okay. I am one of the hosts of the Don't Unfriend Me show. It's a podcast, and we reference your show all the time. And
now, did you hear that? Because Erikson says, "Oh yeah," like he knows the show.
He knows it. Yeah.
Listen to this.
Of the Don't Unfriend Me show. It's a podcast, and
oh yeah, I know that show. God, I hope I didn't piss him off when I did say a couple of things.
We reference your show all the time, and find something that works.
Here's the app end of it.
And by the way, so there's another side piece of this against us by using.
So it's called the Don't Unfriend Me show.
Proxy. Fascinating stuff. Listen, plug your podcast one more time.
Thank you very much. You have a good day.
Thanks.
Now Eric says, "Plug your podcast one more time," and Leroy's popping smoke.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah,
Mike,
can you hear me?
Give the name of your podcast one more time.
Yeah, so it's called the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Facebook, X, Tumblr, it's all of the major platforms. It's on every day from 7 p.m. And it's myself and another gentleman named Matthew Spear. We host it, and we are two former intelligence analysts.
Perfect. Mike, thanks very much. I appreciate that. Don't unfriend me either. 87.
Don't unfriend me either. So,
Didn't mention me.
Well,
I'm joking.
Oh my God. Do you want to go into the
The
chat?
petty
You want to go into the Rumble chat?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So it's kind of a cool thing, you know? And
that's great
it's
that he let him plug it again.
Debbie
That's
Augustine, $50. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, I mean, he plugged it. And then he even said, yeah, don't unfriend me either. So kind of a cool thing. And he gets it. I thought that was kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why he called him Mike is because Leeroy is not his real name. Leeroy is a pseudonym. And yeah, but it's also Leeroy Jenkins from World of Warcraft. So it's not real. And so when he calls into other shows, he doesn't want people making the connections, so he separates his real name from his true identity. He's like a Clark Kent and Superman type thing. Folks, behind Olivia, she's going to put her finger up and show you, is 13 hours. This is the book of today that we're showing every Friday. Chris Tanto Peranto was on the show. If you have not had a chance, go over there. You can go to Chris Tanto, Tanto, Peranto.com, and you can order the book there. I would love for you to do that. It's a fantastic read. I promise you will enjoy it. Please go take a listen and watch the movie and then take a read.
Oh, the movie's so good.
To understand it a little bit better. It is a fantastic read, and I recommend it to everybody. So please, that's the book of the day. All right, so now that we've done that, we've got a crap ton of people on. Pedro hasn't hurt us. He's helped us because everybody loves it when I trounce the trolls. Come on, Pedro. Find your spine. I'm looking for some sacrificial meat on this Friday night. Call in. What are you afraid of? Do you speak the English?
Oh my God.
Speak the English? I speak Spanglish. I can help you.
Horrible.
That's not horrible. Olivia, he's your brethren. Can
my gosh.
Can you convince him to, like, Señorita muy bonita? Habla inglés,
Do I
senor?
look Hispanic to you?
No,
Or
but
to anyone else?
Pedro's
here?
dumb. He doesn't know the difference. Pedro, call in. There's the number. I even put it down for you. It's uno, dos,
Seis.
dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Sí.
Dos.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Dos.
Do-
Cero, cero, dos, uno,
See,
cero,
she's a Mexican.
cinco.
Look at her. She's a she's a
I
plant.
know.
She is a deep state fed.
I
Don't
know
try-
some. I learned. The thing is, my dad did speak a little bit of Spanish to us when we were
Un
younger.
poquito?
Un poquito.
Un poquito. Pedro, we're
Comprende?
we're really cool, man. You should call us. We want to talk to you. My gardener's a Mexican, so you should come talk to me. I've got a Mexican friend somewhere. Actually,
yeah, Brad's gonna be really happy
yeah,
to hear
Brad's
that you're
white.
saying
It's Brad Diego is his
Brad
name.
Diego.
Brad.
Sounds like San Diego.
Whatever. Just don't be this way. All right, folks, let's get to the show.
Who downvoted us on Rumble?
No, but it's fingers. It's fingers. Or it's a Mexican national who's trolling. I don't know. Maybe it's Pedro's mother. 276-200-2105. Off with his head. Coward. It's a shame. All right, folks. We've got a lot to do outside of this. Liv, you said you had some pictures to share or something. Is that accurate?
Nope. I said I took some cute pictures of Ash right before the show, but that was about it.
So Ryan Weaver, when?
That is going to be the second week of July.
Yep. I talked to T.S. Dixon. He's going to try to come out. So we're in a good spot. Leeroy, we got your video. FYI, just thought I'd let you know. And we played it. I know you're watching right now. All right. So
we do have something.
that's what I was waiting for, but you didn't
Yeah.
take the cue very well.
Sorry.
All right. So let's get Olivia on. Here it is.
So-
There it is. The empty chair.
The empty chair.
Sorry, honey.
So checked the mailbox today, and we got a very sweet gift from. Oh my gosh.
It's why she's coughing. I'll interpret. Pedro Malio came in El Boxo.
Oh my gosh, dear. So we got a very cute package from Miss Bobby Richardson.
Do you need to take another drink? You sound.
No, I don't know what just happened, but I'm okay. So she sent presents to Ash and Yenny.
It was
It was
awesome.
very cute.
Very
so
cool.
She gave Ash some treats.
Some carry out. Now, you can't just do it that way. You've got to do it right. Here, I'll Vanna White this for you.
And
You have to say what. No, put that down. You got to say what these are.
I can't see. They're carry
If
out.
only you had a screen that's 75 inches in front of you.
They're carry out burger minis.
Is that
Dog treats. Ash loved them.
it? Okay, so carry out mini dog treats.
And she gave a card to Ash.
Outstanding. What does the card say? You got to read
Oh,
it.
we got to read the card.
Yes, you got to read the card.
It says, Ash, wrong picture, but that is Oregon for you. We are watching you grow into a big, beautiful puppy. I hope you never change. Maybe one day, my girls and you can have a play date. Love you lots, the Richardson.
Oh, cute.
Then she gave Yenny a card. Yenny, you are a superstar. Don't let anyone tell you different, but you are the star of the show. Yes, we all know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of love and Yenny kisses, the Richardsons.
The dirt star of the show.
And she got her treats. Unfortunately, Bobby, I hate to say it, we have the piggiest cat in the world. And I tried to give her one, and she looked at me and just gave me this look like
This is beneath me.
seriously, and turned around
Yeah.
and walked away.
Yeah, like
I'm
this. This
okay.
is absolutely beneath me.
I'm like, sorry, I tried to give you a treat. I will never do it again. Excuse me. And then she gave us a card. Matt, Olivia, and kids. Words can't describe the love I have for you guys. When I need to laugh, you are there. When I need to vent, you are there. Watching the kids grow before our eyes is wow and should make you very proud. I know you a lot that you are family with me, and it is much more. I'm sending this flag to add color to the studio, but more importantly, never forget, love to all. Bobby. Go Ducks, quack, quack. Thank you for the flag.
Yeah, can I see this? So I can.
But-
Can I see this?
It's not going up.
This is an Oregon Ducks flag, and I'm a Colorado Buffalo.
They're not in the same conference, are they?
They were.
They were.
And
okay.
I will let you know this flag will never, ever even break the seal to taint my home with anything from Oregon. It smells like socialism. This
Patchouli.
whole patchouli, Birkenstock, and socialism. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to use it to wipe my face. You know what? Ash is going to use that for the next time
Ash's new blanket.
next time she pees the floor. We're going to make sure that's where that goes. So we hope you appreciate it. Thank you, Bobby. We love
Thank
you.
you so very much. We love getting
We do.
mail.
We have a ton of people on. We're over 200 people on right now, which is great.
That's awesome.
So we're blowing up fast. So we better get to the show. On Fridays, we like to chill out a little bit, warm up. Pedro made it fun. I think INS got him because he's no longer here. Brenda Shepard says, $1.50. I'm so broke I can't pay attention. So I thought I would challenge some others broke dummies. Thank you, Brenda. What Brenda's saying is the amount is $1.50 and match Brenda if you can. So there's a lot going on in the world, Olivia Spear.
Yes, there is. I told you about a couple things.
Yeah. So what did you tell me?
I told you about Jasmine something Congressman.
Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, I thought it was Jasmine Crockett. That she said.
Well, don't tell them. Let's show them.
Okay, let's just show them.
So you got to set up the tease. So
So I don't know if she's on a show or an interview. I'm not sure, but she's just basically it's the new deplorables is, I guess.
Well, let's listen to what she just said.
Yes.
How about we just listen to a couple of clips of this fine example in Congress. Sound good?
Yeah, it's great.
Here it is.
Vote. The reason that they can sit there and take this vote and not even blink is because so many of them sit in privilege. When I look across that aisle, I don't know. I think we have one person that may have a little bit of melanin. For the most part, they vote.
Did she just say melanin?
Yes, she did.
Oh, yeah, that's not racist at all.
The reason that they can.
Happy Juneteenth, Jasmine. This lady's so unhappy. And somebody said today, she is the Angel Reese of politics, the NBA player.
Oh.
Who's all talk with absolutely no skill set. Now, I wouldn't say that. I think Angel Reese has some skill, but definitely draws attention based upon her stupidity more than her skill set. Here is another clip.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. I think and I love Colin, and I think towards the end he started to punch a little harder. But it's Ted Cruz. I mean, this dude has to be knocked over the head hard, right? There is no niceties with him. At all. You go clean off on him, right?
You know what? I hate to say it. She
Sure.
is a very beautiful woman until she opens her mouth.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
but no, she's very beautiful.
I'd fight through it. I'd take one for the team.
Just you, AOC, and Jasmine Crockett.
A good looking black woman is almost irresistible.
It's an Oreo sandwich.
That's so racist. It would be a dyslexic Oreo. The cream's on the outside because she would be in the middle.
Well, AOC's Hispanic, so I don't know.
Well, then that would be like a mocha latte. It would be like a mocha latte Oreo shake with double whipped cream. I'm just telling you.
Oh my gosh.
No, for the white. Don't be sick. See, why do you go there? That's
because I am married to you.
Oh, that's my fault.
Yes.
Jasmine Crockett. So now we know she says some horrible shit. Okay? She says some horrible shit. She's not a legislator. She's a Jerry Springer episode. And at any time, I'm waiting for someone to come out with the test results when it comes to her. Okay?
Yep.
What else did you find out today?
That was not the clip.
I understand I couldn't find it because you didn't send it to me. So what do you want me to do?
I saw it on Fox News this morning.
Oh, that helps. Hold on. Let me just pull it up.
No,
hey,
no,
hold on a
I
second.
told you,
Hey, Siri, pull up some random clip about Jasmine Crockett from sometime this morning that Olivia saw on TV. Oh, here it is. I can't help you there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All right. So that's good enough. What else?
She said anyone who votes for Donald Trump or supports Donald Trump is mentally ill. So it's the new deplorables. You know,
she would know.
Great.
She would know. It would have. This is the clip you're talking about. See what happens when you give me a little more information,
Yes.
and I can. Did you see how quickly I did that?
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, right?
Yes.
What the frack is she wearing?
A towel?
It looks like she's wearing a 1960s recliner.
It's a towel, maybe?
It's a bathrobe. It's a bathrobe from the Vulcan, from the planet of Vulcan.
There you go. Kirsty has it. You guys would be a s'more, chocolate, marshmallow, and graham cracker.
Whatever.
That's the best one.
Whatever. Here it
This
is.
idea that we don't care how many people get hurt. We don't care how we prostitute our service members, you know, thinking that you have your own special little army that's for you. I mean, it is sick. It is really sick. And anybody that supports it is also sick. And so, you know, we've got a mental health crisis in this country because everyone, no matter how you affiliate yourself, should be against Trump, period. This is not partisan for me. Like, I would give anything to have, it's sad to say, George Bush. Give me any regular Republican nowadays and I would be happy. But right now we have someone who does not care, and he is being enabled by the fact that there are, you know, people that follow him and they pump him up, as well as the people that are surrounding him. And so, you know, my heart breaks for service members, people that signed up to protect democracy and freedom, not only here, but abroad, and were willing to risk their lives. And now literally the very thing that they signed up to fight against is now their commander in chief. It really breaks my heart. And I don't know how far he has to go before we can come together and just say enough is enough. Like, this should not be partisanship.
Oh my goodness.
If I'm not mistaken, I think we did that, Liv.
Yes.
I think we did that when we voted Joe Biden out. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
Yep.
There's
Thank
nothing
you
about
to-
democracy. Can you please tell me in that statement where the word democracy comes in, Olivia?
It doesn't.
No.
Sorry,
No.
I popped it up right when you were saying that. Joanne Lutman donated $1.50.
Thank you, Joanne
And said,
Lutman.
Same here, Brenda. Same here. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Outstanding. So I don't hear democracy in the oath of enlistment. I never said the word democracy in the oath of enlistment.
Nope.
Not once.
Well,
So
I
I-
never
I-
said it. So
So I don't know what the hell she's talking about. You know, when they swore to protect, no, we swore to uphold the Constitution of the United States and to protect this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. We also swore an allegiance to following the President of the United States orders and the chain of command according to the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Nothing says anything about democracy. Tamar Bush, $10. Thank you, Tamar. We love you.
appreciate
Nice
it.
to see you on a live show versus a replay. Man, we look good tonight. The cameras are looking.
It's because I got a haircut today.
Your haircut does look good. Oh, that one. Sorry.
Ugh.
Oh,
It has been 2 years.
2 years since you looked at me.
2 years. July 2023 is the last time I got a haircut. So it was nice. to
Sassafras.
Get some off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tits are off. What?
I said it was nice to get some hair off. The dead hair at the end, the split ends.
You look good.
It's healthy.
You look
know?
good. It's grabbable. That's all that matters. Sassafras 84. This is awesome. Like, this video made me LOL, and I don't LOL out loud. And we'll get serious here in a second. But this is a great video. I figured I'd show it to you, just kind of bring it, get Olivia's opinion. I think Olivia would do these very, very well. When you did the Target video, it was fantastic. When you did the drones that were birds, the vulture drones that was fantastic.
Or the
You play a good ditz.
it's not playing.
That's my point.
When
You're not a method actor.
The liberal The liberal meltdown after the election. Yes.
Yeah, that was good too.
That was my favorite.
And what's even better is you brought home frozen yogurt tonight, which
I
is
did.
which is-
Our children are gone tonight, so we get a treat.
Could I also say something really quick? Nobody may have seen the slight change in the backdrop, but if you take a look at the Civil War, the Navy Colts pistols came in today, and they are officially bordering the cavalry hat. So the Civil War section with saber, Winchester, and dual Navy Colt pistols is officially complete. I thought you guys would like to see that. That looks pretty cool.
Oh, and we did order one more thing.
We did one more thing.
We ordered a super cute dog bed and a super cute cat bed to put in front of the desk.
Yep.
So hopefully they'll come in and sleep and you guys can watch them. We're trying to figure out how to get like a little.
Well, yeah, because
Cam.
Yenny's going to go right there in between the two mics, her bed, and then Ash is going to go right underneath her under the Don't Unfriend Me logo. And the Wimkin logo. So she'll kind of be right there. And what we're thinking is, like Olivia said, is putting a camera right there, a little webcam. So it'll be Ash and Yenny cam. So everyone was thinking, oh, they're not going to take care of their pets. We love our pets. Of course we will. All right, here we go.
I love them sometimes more than my own children. Depends on the day.
Angel says, I can't even see that, Matt. I'm sorry. Oh, well, get glasses.
No kings, no czar, no rule from afar, no dictator, no attack. Give us our democracy back. Aren't you the same party that's saying to boycott 4th of July this year? Yes? Okay, well, July 4th, 1776 represents No King's Day. So what are you protesting? We didn't vote for this authoritarian. Well, a majority of the country did. That's kind of how it works. He was elected.
Authoritarian. I just love her.
Wasn't it your party who had the coronation this year? You guys didn't hold the primary, right? No, but that's because it was an emergency override. Right, because your party was lying about the mental health of a certain person. Well, yes, he did start to have a mental decline. Oh, did it suddenly start the night of that debate, or was it happening previously? Also, wasn't it your party demanding we do things or else we get fired? Isn't that very authoritarian? Well, they were just trying to keep us safe. Right, but if Trump had done that, you would have lost your ever-loving mind. Wasn't it your party who locked people in their homes? Well, that was different. Also, just a little correction, you keep calling us a democracy, which we're not. In a democracy, if 51% vote to take your rights away, they can. In a republic, the Constitution says no, not even a majority can take them away. Hope that helps.
Who is that? That's hilarious.
Sassafras 84. I gave you
Also, wasn't it your
her
party
name when we started.
She reminds me of Piper Parabo a little bit.
Yeah, she's hot. I mean,
Very cute.
Yeah, very cute. So probably one of the clearest articulations of why liberals are stupid.
Yeah, really.
Is they don't even know what July 4th represents. They have no idea. No King's Day on the week of literally repudiating the monarchy of England and castigating them from our lands in open rebellion. We understand no kings because Donald Trump isn't a king. So Liv, let's have that conversation. What makes a king?
Somebody who sits on a crown and says they have royal blood and gets to just collect money from the people and do
With
whatever the heck they
lineage to
want.
Charlemagne. They are
Exactly.
descendants of gods.
Apparently.
Beefy Buttercup says, I found your show via Eric Erikson's show. Matt, call into EE. Can't wait to see what JRE will do for you. I would love to talk to Eric. I like him a lot, but I'm not going to call into his show. I think that's cheap. If he invites me, I will be there in a New York minute, but I'm not going to sandbag him.
Why don't we invite him on our show?
Well, that's fine. Once again, that's easy, but it's not. I mean, you got to have his contact. He's got to read it. He's got to see it. He's got to want it, and then he'll do it. But I would love to talk to Eric. I like Eric. Right? I think he's a little wishy-washy, like I said, but I do listen to him and I enjoy him and I like him. But like personally, I could see myself having a beer with him. So anyway, what is a king? Where does the king receive his declarative power from? Debbie Hensley donated $100, racking up brownie points for my foot trophy. I think I'm going to get her a foot trophy. I think so. If it keeps up, $100, pretty good. $163 tonight. We're halfway there, folks. Thank you. Let's keep it up. So, Liv.
Yes.
Where does a king get his declarative powers from?
Usually it's when they conquer the land and they just say, somebody says, I'm going to take it. I don't know.
Well, he takes it, but specifically, where does the king take his power from?
Other king.
No, the people. He takes it from the people. And it is beset upon him. And he uses it to guide and rule the people because of his anointment by God. And that is the way the monarchy works. Direct lineage from Charlemagne himself or some ancient family of usurpers and scrollers into the catacombs of history have declared themselves to be of noble birth. And they steal the power from the people and they misrepresent, and it's never for the people. When they take the taxes from the people, when they take the grain from the people, when they take the property from the people, when they regulate and limit the people, they usurp the power from the people. Now, people might say, well, what's the difference between a dictator and a king? The difference between a dictator and a king is a dictator is a self-appointed ruler of the people with no declaration of the position other than force, and is a regime and a totalitarianism. Monarch says, I'm going to do all the same things as a dictator, but I'm going to do it through being anointed by God. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So can anyone please tell me, just lay it out for me, just let me know what Donald Trump has done to remove your rights. Tell me what right you've lost.
None, actually. I think we have more since he's been in office.
Well, I certainly...
Then, you know...
I think... Oh, Pedro, you're so bitter. The lame show that you've been watching, I've got your clock counter up here, by the way, of how long you've been watching my show. It's kind of funny. You've been watching my show for 57 minutes. You've made 26 posts, and you have spent over 4.5 hours on my show in the last 3 days. Nobody wants to be on my lame show.
Except you.
Except you, fucker. Oh. Pinchy Maricon is upset. I hope all my enemies treat me as well as you do. Thanks for the boost. Otto, my man. What's up, boss? Nothing much, Otto. How you been, man?
Where's he at?
He's in Houston.
No,
he's
I
on
know
the show. He's right here. He's on Facebook. Right?
Facebook.
Otto Asantuno.
Yes.
My
Hello, Otto.
My Latin persuasion friend. My one I told you about. There's Otto. He's my one, even though I have hundreds. Otto is a good friend of mine. Worked with me in Houston, and someone who I love and adore. And Sansere as well. Tell them all hello.
Yes, please tell them hello.
We miss Sansere. But what rights are you? What have been removed from the Constitution? What rights are you out of the Bill of Rights? Which 1 out of 10? Because I can tell you who's altered freedom of speech. I can tell you who's altered the Second Amendment. I can tell you the only one that has not been touched out of the 10 is number 3, which is what, Liv? Otto says, good, my man, no soy maricon. All right. What's number 3? Come on. It has to do with with England. We were talking about it a second.
I don't know. Do you have your little handy dandy copies on the desk anymore?
It's right there behind you in print. I mean, we've got.
I can't read that.
I know you just have to get up and read the
I tried. It's like I would need a magnifying
It's fine.
glass.
It's the quartering of troops, which basically means the government cannot install or station troops in your private residence or property. And it's it's only, and that hasn't been touched yet. Yet. We'll wait. But if you look at all the alterations to the Bill of Rights that have taken place, it's always liberal policies that have altered and limited them.
Of course.
So, which rights are we referring to?
I don't know. I have no idea because I don't think any of my rights have been taken away from me.
Angela Hills donated $26.25. Hope this helps get you closer to goal. Thank you. Just another person who has no idea to be on the lame show is throwing money at us. Pedro, besides your daughter who gets money thrown at her at the strip club, have you had any money thrown at you?
He wandered into the
Peter, you just have
show.
Peter, you literally just stepped on a shovel and it just keeps smacking you in the face.
Oh.
And the funny thing is you are such an infinitesimal little shit that you're allowing me to browbeat you and you don't even have
the cojones.
The cojones.
Just leave.
Badges.
See?
We don't need no stinking badges.
Seriously, if we're such a lame show, just leave.
Joanne Townsend, $10.80.
First one.
Thank God it's Friday. I love it. I love having him here. We'll integrate him into the entire show. It'll be the highlight of his life. You know, when he's sitting around and eating beans in front of the fire, wearing his sombrero with his other, friends, he can cuddle under his poncho and dream of us. Greg says, "Damn, what does Pedro's daughter look like?" I don't know. I'm sure it's not her kid or his kid. He was probably working at Home Depot during the time and somebody came over and just saying.
It's 8:00. We should play our commercial.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations, but after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's what she said.
That's what she's. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child got 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Totally tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old. Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
Better than
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm gonna owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
Well, it's
That is every day in the Spear household.
It is every day, $200. And the great thing, Pedro, is my kids actually know who their dad is.
Pedro, just leave.
The
dude.
Dumb Show
With your a little bit of your dignity attached.
TheDumbShow.com/donate. $200 where we're at. We're $100 away. 8 o'clock hour. This is the type of night that we love. It's everything's smooth. We've got 252 people on. We've got just in regular social, 161 on Twitter. Rumble is pushing
41.
40. Ooh, boo. 25 on YouTube, 67 on Facebook out of 250,000 people. Yeah, right. Whatever.
Your peak commercial isn't long enough. I need more time. That's funny.
239,253. So we're moving up. Matt, your pee commercial isn't long enough. I need more time. Listen, if you need more time to pee, then you need to go to a doctor. If you
it's
can't,
not a number 2 commercial.
Yeah, if you can't, it's not a shit break. It's a pee break. All right, so let's get to it. We've got a lot more to cover, and we've been fun. We're going to be on late tonight because we don't have our
any
kids.
children.
So let's overdrive, right? Let's not just hit donation. Let's overdrive it. The CDC vaccine expert just resigned because RFK Jr. changed the COVID vaccine recommendations without input from the CDC vaccine policy team.
Poor baby.
Yep,
He got his feelings hurt.
Eric is a widow scared. So's Pete. In other words, RFK Jr. knows COVID is bullshit, knows the vaccines are worthless and harmful, and he took matters into his own hands.
Good.
Let's go ahead and listen
So
to
there were-
this.
A number of events that led to my resignation. There were 2 main ones. One was that on May 27th, RFK Jr. announced that the CDC recommendations for COVID vaccines were going to be changed. No one at CDC involved in vaccine policy was involved in that decision. He unilaterally announced a change to the immunization schedule on X without our involvement. And a change to the CDC recommendation schedule is important because if it is on the CDC's recommended immunization schedule, insurance covers it. So this is potentially denying access to COVID vaccines for people that may need them.
Oh, may.
Second of all,
may need them.
So when that happened,
That sounds elective to me, Liv. It sounds like they've moved from everyone must get the vaccine, or you're a murderer
steal
of
your
people.
Firstborn.
Yeah. Sounds like it's kind of like meh.
considered resigning at that time. And there was some pushback from within CDC, and what was eventually changed on the schedule was not quite as bad as what was announced on X. But so I was sticking around then. We have this vaccine policy meeting where a COVID vote was supposed to occur next week. And I was scheduled to present at that meeting. So I thought I could stay, maybe do some good staying at CDC within this setting, even though this was unprecedented interference with the COVID vaccine policy process. However, last week when I heard that he had fired all 17 members of the ACIP committee, at that moment I knew I was done.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh, well, that's just sad. Pedro, when you got your 7th vaccine, how did you feel? Folks, Nick Carroll from Still Point's in the house. I am going to, when they get a little bit closer, like I think they need to hit 5th in order to
5th. They were 5th.
They need to hit 5th to get to the next round. So as long as they stay there, I'm going to drop the bomb on all social media. We'll go live. We'll put some of their music up, and we'll get them a shit ton of donations to push them in. But I'm holding off on that. I don't want to do that for these rounds. So Nick, when the chicken switch hits and you need me to, you got to let me know, and then we'll use the network. But right now, if you go to tophitmaker.org, 2025, Nick-Tater, it's right there in the notes, and Olivia is going to hit it out there too, and the rest of the world.
Yes.
Was that Ash?
That was the cat.
So we're going to push that out and help them get placed. So please let me know, Tater, when you get close. But if you like the Don't Unfriend Me show music, you will love Still Point, STIIL, not STILL. It's STIILPOINT. Go over and listen to Still Point. You can listen to them everywhere on Spotify, iTunes, everything else. They are amazing. They do our music. We love them to death, and we know you'll love them too. Please get the cat off the keyboard before she locks up the computers and shuts down the entire show. This damn cat, I tell you.
Need to clip her nails. They're
You
so sharp.
little cutie pootie. You knock over my gun again, I'll kill you. I kill you. You call me Francis, I kill you. Lighten up, Francis. Here's a video. African-American residents go after Mayor Johnson for blocking Trump and ICE from deporting illegals in Chicago. Let me tell you something. There's only, yes, MAGA people want illegal immigrants gone. We do. But black people aren't too fond of them either. And it's because, whether you like this or not, Democrats know all about this, is because the Democrat cities only have so many jobs that are designed to keep people, or to help people out of the ghetto and help people out of the projects. And those are mainly reserved for, as we know, uppity white elitists. And there are only so many jobs that are designed to help people move up. So you are in a perpetual state. And when those jobs are coveted not only by African Americans and other persuasions inside these areas, when illegals come in, they take those jobs, and they also increase crime. We know the things that they do. Hey, Rumble people, with all those people on, everyone can like the show, you know.
It's a thumbs up on Rumble.
It's not hard. Just to hit a thumbs up. That's all we're asking you to do, is just hit the thumbs up. Come on, Rumble people, help us out.
I don't know why. It's always an issue to get thumbs up on.
Then ask them really hard. Start booting them. And then when they come back, tell them, and then kick them again until they do. Okay. I'm kidding. Sandra Edward donated $36.49. We appreciate you all. Sandra, we appreciate you. Let's watch this video. This is on fire. This is in fuego. And listen to this. And honestly, I think every single Democrat stronghold and modern day slave plantation should do this. This lady has a shirt that says Chicago flips red. Lady, we only couldn't wish. Listen to this.
You all stood up there and said you will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaigned and doubled down that you would not raise property taxes.
I won't raise your property taxes.
You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example at this right here first. Please come here first. Spend our tax dollars to go. Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals. That's cool, because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous. Y'all think this is how it's gonna ride? I think not. Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
This was gonna happen to you. You got Kash Patel and Pam Bundy that you're gonna have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's going to be an audit. Next, it's going to be an investigation. Then it's going to be an indictment. Conviction. That's what's going to happen to you.
Mr. Brandon Johnson, I'm up here. I am speaking right now. So I would love your undivided attention, please. I'll wait. So this just proves to you the lack of leadership that you show in this city. You can't even give me straight eye contact. Now, I'm going to let you know now, the people of Chicago, we're done with you. It is insane how we have been voting Democrat for over 60 plus years, and we've never seen a change from people like you, Lori Lightfoot, Rob Emanuel. It is insane.
Amen.
Chicago was 37% red. In 2020, it was only 15%. So we're waking up. So you can pretend that this isn't happening, but I know for a fact that you will not have that seat the next election.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens.
Liv, what do you think about that?
I think it's freaking awesome.
Kind of sounds like what we've been talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to take from within
You all
for
sit
change.
up there and say
It really is. By the way, would you turn my headphones just a tad? All the
Down?
videos are, all the video, just a very tad.
That's
The
okay.
videos are very loud. I mean, it's going to take change within to make the change.
Yeah,
You can take the people voting at the lower levels, the town councils and the sheriffs and the small town mayors and stuff like that, to start making that change, because it's those small town mayors and the city councils. That's where those political careers start. You don't just, majority of the people don't just start, I'm going to be president, run for president. I'm going to be, senator, unlike AOC and Trump. But, that's a rare thing. But you want change, you make it in your own town, in your own area, because that's where you're affected most by it.
Yeah, local policy is paramount to success. And people tend to believe that the federal government is going to have the most impact on your life. And honestly, it has the most minimal impact on your life because it's really only fiduciary that impacts you federally. You're not getting drafted anymore. And unless COVID happens, there's really not the boot coming down from the government. But the local state government, those are your taxes. Those are your revenue. Their revenue is based upon what you make, what you pay for income tax, your water and utility bills, your traffic, roadways and bridges, the cost of food. All of those things are determined by your local governance and has nothing to do with the federal government at all. Well said, Liv.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure. Here is a testimony needs to be shared. This young lady is very similar to the story we just heard, but just a little bit more effective at explaining how you can break free from the Democratic Party and liberalism, which is no longer liberalism. It's no longer democratic in any way. The Republican Party was born out of modern day liberal policy. It's called classic liberalism. And scratch what I just said. Classic liberalism and modern day liberalism is nothing of the sort. It is absolutely unrecognizable from what it used to be. See, the Democratic Party used to be about free speech. It used to be about the ACLU. It used to be about civil rights. It used to be about strong defense. It used to represent protecting the home front. And it was about strong borders, and it was about America. It's switched. It's turned on its ear. And honestly, the current Republican Party looks more like blue-collar Democrats than classic GOP neoconservatives like we saw under Bush. This is closer to the Reaganites than anything else. So this video is fantastic. Greg Carlisle says, I can't support this bigotry that won't respect my 12 pronouns. Oh, the humanity.
Who said that?
Greg Carlisle. I think he's kidding.
Uh-huh.
I think he's making a joke.
Probably.
Because aren't there 72?
I thought it was 64.
Whatever. Here we go. What happened to the Democratic Party? I will tell you the Saul Alinsky playbook, the oligarchs, the Russian influence from the 60s that was so heavily in the Hollywood entertainment and the Screenwriters Guild that John Wayne, that Ronald Reagan fought against so hard, fell back on their liberal arts degrees and became teachers. And they infiltrated the colleges, and they were primed to push kids against Vietnam and espouse that the U.S. government was tyrannical and were imperialists. And then this went ahead and infiltrated our high schools. And these learning institutions became indoctrination camps. And now it's impacting, they're trying elementary schools, as we know, and the grooming of kids. So what happened to the party? Well, most of the country is middle of the road. So nothing happened to the constituents. It happened to the fringe elements of the party. The same thing that happened to the far right. Is she literally laying in the spot we're going to be putting her bed? Mm-hmm. She is.
Yep.
She knows. That's how smart this cat is. She's just like, I know. And that's my area.
Yep.
Anyway, that's what happened to the Democratic Party. This is a great video. Give this a watch. You'll like this.
lot of people just think if you're compassionate, and I know all of us are, that you're a liberal and you vote Democrat. And I never questioned that until 2020. And like so many people, I lost both of my jobs overnight. I never saw those jobs again, but still I did everything that was asked of me. I stayed home. I only went to the grocery store. I wore a mask inside the grocery store. I actually let my grandmother die alone needlessly, not from COVID, but just she took her last breaths alone and she didn't have to. But still, I did everything that was asked of me, but it wasn't enough because in summer 2020, I was told, you were told, we were all told that we could go out and protest or riot or loot on behalf of a criminal organization, but we still couldn't go to work. We couldn't visit our family. We couldn't visit our dying family members. And I support everyone's right to peacefully protest, and I would have been friendly to BLM because I was a raging liberal, but the hypocrisy blew my mind because at that point, we knew that most of us were going to survive COVID, but I didn't know if we were going to survive the response to it financially, emotionally, in terms of mental health, which is all the things that the Democrats claim to care about. And when I brought this up to all of my liberal friends, which were all of my friends, everyone besides my parents at the time that I knew was a liberal, I was called selfish and racist. And it's not just that we disagreed on how to deal with this unprecedented situation, because it's okay to disagree. But these people refused to acknowledge that I might have an honest reason for disagreeing with them. There was no conversation. It's just you're selfish, you're racist. So I walked away from the Democrat Party because for the first time in my life, I connected my suffering directly to Democrat policies, and I realized they actually don't care about the little guy. And you guys, if you're in LA, you know we were in a mask mandate for 2 straight years without stopping. I complied for the first year, which I'm ashamed of, and then I stopped in May of 2021, and that brought on a level of harassment. I could tell you stories that you would not believe. We had vaccine passports. I couldn't go into a bar or a restaurant in the city that I have lived in for 10 years that I pay taxes in. I couldn't go into the library. I actually tried to go back to work early and get off unemployment and help get back to normal, and I lost that job because my boss was pressuring me to either get the shot or make a fake card, and I wasn't going to do that. So that's what we went through in Los Angeles. I know so many of you went through it in other parts of the country. It's why I'm no longer a Democrat. And it didn't happen overnight, but over the course of about a year, I went from liberal, atheist, feminist, Democrat to Christian conservative by the grace of God.
Good for her.
This is happening all over America.
It showed in the election results. And
oh, it sure did.
Last year.
But if it wasn't just for the election results, the Bible sales have been incredible. Christianity, I think Bible sales are up like something like 70-something% year over year. People are identifying and asking more about Christ, and this is needed. And I truly believe that the human race is one of the most powerful and driven forces in the universe in its own mind. And as insignificant as we are, we certainly make ourselves out to be something very, very special. And if we could just find a way to reharness that and put that into faith, into something other than ourselves, then we have an obligation to be affable and compassionate to others than ourselves. And the person we should be most compassionate about and passionate about is God. And it doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian, if you're Mormon, if you're a Baptist, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Jew. It doesn't, you need belief in something other than yourself. And if not, we've seen throughout history the destructive nature of the British Empire, the Japanese Empire, the Mongolian Empire. We know what happens when people espouse that somehow they are omnipotent or they have all the answers, is that they punish those and repudiate the ones who don't buy into their lore. And this is one of the biggest things that I think people are waking up from. They're waking up from the lies being sold that there's some sort of greater good inside this mortal coil, when that's not what's real. This utopia that the Democrats promise is untenable. And people are starting to realize it. And people go, well, Republicans don't do anything. Yes, because we don't overpromise and underdeliver. We don't promise we're going to do these grandiose things like the Green New Deal and free education, and everyone gets a free car, and you get a car, you get a car, and in the end, those things don't make you successful. What makes you successful is the absolutely inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but not the guarantee of such. You're guaranteed life and liberty by the U.S. government to protect you, to ensure. Now, does that mean you can die? Of course. Does that mean you can have your liberty stripped away from you? Of course. But they are inalienable rights. Even if they are supposedly suppressed or taken away or you're thrown in prison, you are still a free person. They can't take that mindset away. But the pursuit of happiness is what will define you. Not how many people you've knelt down to because of your white fragility. Or not how many times you've donated to reduce your carbon footprint.
How dare you?
How dare you? So do me a favor, folks. Have we gotten a few more likes? 11. Have you refreshed Rumble?
No, I will right now.
We got 42 people on. We got 11 likes.
14.
14. That's better. Thank you, everybody. Please do also do that on the Facebook feed. We've got 273 across Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Please give us a like and follow. They just went up a whole bunch, but please help us. Matt, the white transgender Oprah. That's true. I'll even get a blue roof.
Somebody wants a 55 Chevy.
Okay. You know what I want to do? I want to hit goal. $236.54. We'll be right back.
The Dumb Show is built on real conversations, raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Big Tech didn't like that. Facebook pulled our funding, tried to shut us down. But for over a year, you, our incredible viewers, have kept us going. Your support, your donations, your time, it all matters. Most of you spend 10 plus hours a week with us. Compare that to Netflix, maybe 5 hours a month. We believe we're worth that time. And we hope you do too. But listen, we don't want giving to feel like a burden. We want it to feel good. So take a second to ensure you're in a good spot. If you're in a place to give, that will be amazing. If not, just liking and sharing helps more than you know. Visit thedumbshow.com/donate. Whether it's PayPal, Venmo, or mail, every bit helps to keep us going. Dumb Nation, we appreciate you more than words can say.
What are you doing?
I'm giving you a head massage.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at.
Oh, you weren't
that
laughing at
picture-
me. You weren't laughing at me touching you.
No.
Oh.
Well, I started laughing before he touched me, but
Oh.
I'm laughing at that picture up there because he looks like he's on his knees about to go do something.
Oh my God. So here's the deal.
Oh goodness.
Gavin Newscomb has spoken. I just like the fact that I could, reach over and touch you and say hi, and we're not. That is nice. So that 2 minute and 30-second commercial break, it can't come soon enough. So Newscomb has spoken. Vice President J.D. Vance is set to arrive.
This is the way.
And okay, Newsom has. So you got me screwed up. Newsom is commenting on J.D. Vance coming. Kimberly, what flavor froyo did you get? And usually I would not address such mundane questions, but that is probably one of the most important questions we've had of the night. I always do cake batter. Or what do I do?
It's cake batter.
It's cake batter. It's the closest thing to vanilla. And then I only do fresh.
Because it's a sugar-free vanilla at the store.
So I only do fresh blueberries on mine. I don't put anything on it except fresh blueberries.
He's very boring because he gets the same thing every single time.
I'm not boring. I'm effective, and I'm going to live because I take care of myself, and I don't eat shit candy and high fructose corn syrup. What about you?
This time, I got chocolate strawberry swirl with some dark chocolate chips, some M&Ms, and some double chocolate cookie dough. I did it right.
Oh, that sounds
I did it right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
You know what? If I'm not going to lose the menopause 15, I might as well enjoy it.
I like the menopause 15. In fact, I if it goes northwards of 20, I don't care.
The wallet may not like it because I'm going to have to buy a whole new freaking wardrobe because nothing fits.
That's okay, but you look good.
Thanks.
You look. I think you look sexy. I like a little oomph. I like a little package in the trunk. Just saying. There it is.
Mr. Vice President, we read that you're coming into California, which is important. It's been months now since some of the most devastating wildfires in U.S. history occurred. Tens of thousands of lives completely torn asunder. I hope you have an opportunity.
Frozen yogurt. Amy, you've been watching this 4 years. You don't know what Froyo is? Frozen yogurt, kiddo. Sorry, I thought you knew that. My bad. We'll have to buy you some whenever we get you out here.
You spend some quality time with some of the victims, the families, the Palisades, and also spend some time in Altadena.
Honey, you're hitting the desk every time
sorry.
you do that. Jerry Kruger, when are you going to come on the show, man? And who's he talking about? Has been on the show 2 times?
I think let me look at the replies. P. Ray from Chicago Red. I think that's that lady that was on that video that was wearing the Chicago.
Tell
Ghost
Jerry
Red.
we want to get her on. Jerry,
Yeah.
you need to get on this show, man.
Yeah, he's got another show on Mumkin. So yeah.
Well, maybe we can, go over and see him and
Hey,
which is incredible.
What?
Jerry, send me an email. Let's connect.
Yeah, Olivia at the Dumb Show.
Incredibly important. It's also important as well, and I honestly mean this, that you sit down with the President of the United States, who just a couple days ago suggested that these American citizens may not get the support that other citizens get all across this country in terms of disaster relief. I hope we get that back on track. We're counting on you, Mr. Vice President.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're calling out the vice president for wanting to visit the people.
It's the way he says
when
it.
you didn't even do it, you weren't even there, and you didn't give a 2 shits about your own people going through what they went through.
72 hours.
Just
and didn't respond to the riots at all.
Ridiculous. Absolutely. I mean, didn't respond to the riots, didn't respond to the fire, didn't respond to anything. What a piece of shit.
Here we go.
You say that Gavin Newsom is endangering law enforcement here in California, and what should he be doing if he was protecting them?
Look, I would absolutely say that Gavin Newsom is endangering law enforcement. The law enforcement officials themselves tell me as much. That when they go out, let's say you have a Border Patrol official who needs to go out and arrest somebody, maybe a violent criminal who's also an illegal alien. When that Border Patrol agent goes out to do their job, they said within 15 minutes of them trying to do their job, they have protesters, sometimes violent protesters, who are in their face, obstructing them, preventing them from doing their job, and endangering their lives. Why do they have that? Because those people have been egged on by local officials. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass, by treating this city as a sanctuary city, have basically said that it is open season on federal law enforcement. They have treated Border Patrol and border enforcement as somehow an illegitimate force instead of...
Wait a second. Joanne Keensley says Olivia's on fire tonight. Did you had a herpes flare up and you didn't tell me? What the hell's going on? Do you need tough actin, tenactin?
You're a dick. See, this is when I'm happy we're close, so I can reach over and slap you.
That's what I'm aiming for.
what they are, which is the American people's law enforcement trying to enforce the American people's laws. So when Gavin Newsom encourages violence and rioting, when he encourages people to get in the face of our great Border Patrol officers, he is absolutely endangering the lives of federal enforcement. He's absolutely endangering the lives of mothers and daughters and fathers and sons who have been sent here to do a simple thing, enforce the law. And thank God they're willing to do it despite the fact that the local leadership of this community has made it harder on them and has in fact endangered their lives as they go about to do their important work.
I like J.D. Vance. I don't know if I see him as president, but I certainly like him a whole hell of a lot. Lois.
Nope, not Lois.
Paul Rivera, $10.80, kind of tight right now, brother. Yeah, it was fairly tight.
Oh my gosh, what is on? I know where your brain is at right now. Holy cow. My goodness.
After almost 30 years together, it's
no children.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
The no children's got you all hot
no,
and bothered.
No
huh?
refunds. Paul, thank you for the donation. Yeah, folks, this show is not just news, and we like to joke around and have some fun, and there's sexual tension between my wife and I because we love each other.
There's always sexual tension.
There is, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's the
know
allure.
What? I have to take a pee break.
That's go ahead. That's great. And we have another one. 268.44 total. Lois, thank you so much. 2110. We're getting very, very close. Folks, 268.44. We would love to overdrive. We got a lot to cover tonight that we missed this week. So if it's okay with you, I'm going to, we can talk about Portland. This is escalating. And people, are saying, hey, Matt, civil war. Do you foresee a civil war? Yes, Maria. Iran had an earthquake and Tehran had a 5.2 magnitude earthquake. Now, a 5.2 in an Islamic country is a little bit different than, a big city like Kuala Lumpur or Los Angeles or wherever. But Iran and Tehran are pretty much very well built. And although it will have an impact of 5.2 isn't incredibly large, it's a big earthquake. And it's going to bring down probably more rural areas than the city, but something we should keep an eye on. I don't want the Iranian people hurt. The Iranian people are actually, although they say death to America, they don't mean that. I'm just letting you know. The regime is totalitarian in nature. They are oppressive, and people say things to save their life. Now, there are groups of Iranians that want to kill Americans. It's absolutely true. The Shah, Ayatollah, the clerics definitely want that. But when it comes to the people, most of the people have no desire for that. They're just doing what is going to keep them alive. I'm going to leave out Oregon now because Olivia is back. I want to show you a video on Alex Jones. And I'm just going to, now a lot of people go, Matt, do you follow Alex Jones? Let me just say, I like Alex Jones. I do. I genuinely, oh, I did a Benny. Here we go.
Are you sure that's Alex Jones? It looks like Hank with a goatee.
No, I'm doing my Benny.
Oh, I know that.
Oh, I just got to scratch my head. Okay, I feel much better.
It's the gun show.
It's the Benny Johnson gun show. A lot of people ask me if I like Alex Jones. Alex Jones is an entertainer, just like Nick Fuentes. I don't like Nick's comments. I don't like what he says. I don't agree with what he says necessarily. But he's charming. Nick Fuentes is charming. He's got an air about him.
A little boy charm.
Yeah, he's charming. He's a little pipsqueak, but he's funny. He actually is very funny. I don't think about Nick Fuentes the way I think about Candace Owens. I think Candace Owens is inherently 10 times more evil than Nick Fuentes. I think that Jake Shields is a neo-Nazi scumfucker, pardon my French, and is like one of the worst people on the planet. Stu Peters. Nick Fuentes is just a guy that says a lot of shit, and he says it kind of funny, and he is entertaining. Alex Jones is certainly entertaining. I like him. Like, I would love to have a conversation with him. And I think he's genuinely a good human being. I don't dislike Alex Jones. I like to listen to him. And whenever he plays something, I like to listen to him. Yep, he did warn people not to go to the Capitol on January 6th. And so another show did that too, if you may remember, Amy. We told people not to go down there. And Alex Jones has been right about things. The Bohemian Grove he exposed, and, changing the sexuality of toads. Everyone laughed at him, but now it's not so crazy. This is a little fucking nuts. Just pardon my French. I'm sorry for the language. But I'll let you listen to it. I'll let you decide, because I'm just letting you know this right here is complete 100% unadulterated bullshit. Here it is.
Fox News is reporting that President Trump, according to White House sources, is considering using a tactical nuclear weapon on the main Iranian nuclear facility because the bunker busters might not be able to take it out. Iran's already said they'll attack our carriers, our ships, and U.S. bases if the U.S. directly strikes them. That will lead to the Strait of Hormuz being blocked by Iran, gas prices exploding, massive inflation, and the destruction of Trump's economic agenda. All the economists agree. But it just gets worse from there. The U.S. already dropped the only 2 atomic weapons on Japan in 45, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The whole world will turn against us if Trump nukes a nuclear site they claim is full of all this highly enriched uranium, which will make Chernobyl look pale and insignificant, according to all the physicists and scientists. So, is it true? Or is that a lie out of the White House? Is Trump talking about using tactical nuclear weapons against Iran's nuclear sites? And as General Flynn said, there's no such thing as a tactical nuclear weapon. Have people thought this through? We need clarification right now from President Trump.
Okay. Let's get a few things straight. General Flynn says there's no such thing as a tactical nuclear weapon. Is that what you heard, honey?
Yes.
Let's define the word tactical, okay? Because you know how I love how to do this.
Yes.
Tactical, meaning in the exact vernacular, refers to short-range battlefield level operations as opposed to strategic, which deals with long-range national or global level objectives. A tactical nuclear weapon is designed for use on the battlefield against military targets, troops, concentrations, airfield, and bunkers. The yield is usually 0.1 to 50 kilotons compared to a megaton level strategic nuke. Range is short-range missiles or air, like GBU or ICBMs. Purpose is to gain advantage in a region or conventional conflict. Often stored in forward bases. So let me explain to you what this rumor is and why it will never be used. Would you like that?
Yes.
Wonderful. The B-61 Mod 11. It's an EPB. What does EPB stand for? See if we can figure it out.
Earth penetrating bomb.
Earth penetrating bomb, you cheater.
I know I wasn't looking, actually. I was actually trying to guess that one.
That is fine. Now, you may have seen these. They are very bright orange. They are called the B-61. They can be deployed by what you see here, which is a B-2. B-2 bomber, the Spirit. And this orange bomb is a reinforced bomb. It has an extremely versatile and fast profile and frame. It is a gravity-based bomb. And it is a thermonuclear weapon. I will not go into specifics. I will not tell you its depth. I will not tell you that it's 30,000 pounds. I will not tell you that it can penetrate up to 300 feet because that would be incorrect to what it actually can do. But that is the non-classified version, and that it will hit terminal velocity in a matter of about less than 300 feet and less than about 5.5, 6 seconds, which means it can be dropped from low yield or high altitude situations. It is a fast moving bomb. It does not have an IR signature. Most radars won't even pick it up by the time it hits. It is a deadly beast, and it is designed to go in and blow the shit out of a specific target with an underground explosion is one of the options. Now, if you hit Fordow with this, would it destroy Fordow? Yeah. But the one thing you need to understand is that being an underground explosion will stop much of the irradiation of water, plants, life, and more importantly, sending in rads into the sky, which is the most dangerous form, because prevailing winds can ultimately have long-term and kill people due to exposure. So if you have a thermonuclear weapon with a 50 kiloton yield with up to a maximum of 400, which would be absolute overkill, this will do the job. This would be like using a Moab, which is going to take out a square mile to kill a flock of or a swarm of red or yellow hornets. So the president of the United States says there's a nest of hornets on the White House lawn, and they keep bothering people. So he drops a Moab on it. That is what
overkill.
That's what we're talking about. Photo is not hornets, but it is a nuclear facility, an enrichment facility, and it has the potential to result in a high yield nuke for Iran. And although serious, there were 12 other nuclear facilities in Iran that are no longer there, and Fordow is the last. Natanz is gone, and all other coastal refinement is gone. So my point is this. Israel probably can do the job, whether with a bunker buster or a GPB, and most certainly could do it with commandos entering. So a 100-kilometer, essentially a sweep and clear of all radar signatures, then come in and hit any surface-to-air or man pads in the area, send in aircraft that will squawk, light up these radar systems, and then go dark, which I'm not going to tell you which vehicles can do that, but there are plenty of aircraft that can, that we own, and so does Israel, that can go in, get those systems squawking, and then poof, disappear. And then we would light them up with F-35s and F-22s from 500 miles away. Or an E-2C and have an F-A-18 flying at altitude that can launch a laser-guided bomb at these fuckers. Then you would hit it with ground-penetrating bombs, bunker busters. Then you would send in flotilla or special forces groups, commandos that the Israelis have that are more than capable of doing the job. Or the United States can do it, and I am 99.9% sure that our armaments could do the job. Or you launch a tactical nuke in the Middle East with countries who all have nukes, except for the country you're trying to hit. Probably not a good fucking idea. Probably not a good idea. So let's move the cat.
Yeah.
Love her. CJ Jenkins donated $10.80. Enjoy your night of no kids. We will. Thank you. 279.24. Folks, we're a little shy. We want to try to hit going overdrive a little bit so we can stay on a little bit. We've got 13 minutes. So my whole point is, do I believe that Donald Trump, whether Fox News reports it, and I'm not saying Alex Jones is just reporting what he heard. So I'm not saying Alex Jones is full of shit. And if I said that, I apologize. Do I believe that Donald Trump is even considering using a tactical nuke? It's possible. But why? There are a million other scenarios that are not a nuke. And you don't want to use a nuke unless it is do or die time. And he certainly wouldn't be waiting 2 weeks. So I want to put everyone at ease. Okay? Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
We got some great stuff on the site, from shirts, from the Red Friday shirts to the We the Parent shirt that Olivia's wearing, hats, jackets, drink cups, coffee, great stuff. Please go over to the show. Please
A little
do that.
distracted there, dear.
Would the White House let BS leaks to troll people? There's no point. I don't believe that Trump is considering using a nuclear weapon. I do believe it was briefed. I do believe it was offered, and every contingency would be offered to Trump. Do I think it's a serious consideration? No, I don't. You use a nuke, and now you're entering territory of getting NATO involved, getting, the UN involved. You're going to get China involved. You're going to get Russia involved. You're going to get nuclear powers involved. Dropping a nuke is not a good idea. You don't need it. But for the people who are saying that this is weapon of mass destruction from Desert Storm, Desert Shield, there is no comparison. Yes, the government was wrong. So was every intelligence agency on the planet. MI6 was wrong. Mossad was wrong. Hell, even the IRGC intelligence corps for Iran was wrong. They thought Iraq had chemical weapons. Amy, it's not on there yet. It will be. We've been a little busy, We're trying. I'll try to get it on tonight or tomorrow for the weekend. I want to show you something. This is from Orion Intelligence. These aren't readily available everywhere. So I figured I would show it to you. But I figured you people would want to see Fordow and see how it's built. Can Matt put the blue voting link? Yes. There's the voting link for Still Point. And could we please try to hit goal? 279.24, folks. We're $30 away. We really want to have an overdrive tonight. We want to make up. We made up a little bit last night for the bad Wednesday, but we want to try to hit the week strong. So if you have an opportunity, please do so. Here is something you haven't seen. You'll like this. I think you guys will like this. Watch this video. Just give you an idea of what it looks like. Once again, not easily found. Watch this. This is the facility that we're trying to hit. As you can see, the power supply is on the back half in the deepest part of the mountain. This intelligence is only partial. There are also multiple redundancies, and although they have a good idea where other power supplies are, you have to hit them all. Just found out that Still Point is number 4 right now.
Ooh, they've gone up. Yay.
So to hit this facility, you would want to hit the power structures, number 1. You would want to hit the control room. And you would actually want to hit the centrifuges as well. And foundationally, hit it hard. And quick. It is spread out. It is 300 foot deep. And there are other parts that are probably deeper, including its backup power supply. If Iran was smart, they would not put it on the same level as the first level. Backup power was there is fine. But I would believe that a lot of the storage facilities And secondary facilities would be in another level of this. So this is the complexity. Now, would a tactical nuke take this out? Most assuredly. That hill would be reduced to a crater if you hit it with a tactical nuke. Now, are you going to get a flash and you're going to get a giant mushroom? An underground explosion? I want you to imagine this. Liv,
Yes,
if I
I'm
set
listening.
a firecracker on the top of your hand, what's going to happen?
On the top without me, it's probably going to burn the top of my hand.
Yep. And the explosion's going to go up and you're going
Yeah.
to puff of smoke. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you close your hand around it, what happens?
It's going to blow my hand off.
But do you get a bunch of smoke and a lot of powder, or do you just basically see your hand go away?
You just see your hand go
That's
away.
what's going to happen if a nuke goes into this. Depends upon the yield. But if you use and you go down a few hundred feet into this facility, it's going to have a firecracker with a hand closed around it, or Armageddon with Bruce Willis. We've got to get to 250 feet. I've never missed a depth I've started drilling for. The gazelle goes up along the slope. So here's what it comes down to. Is he going to use a nuke? There's no need. It's overkill. There's no need. A couple well-placed GPBs will finish the job. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions? That's a good video. You don't get to have it. It's mine. Mine. Remember that girl that we saw on Tim Pool's podcast, honey?
Yes.
Yeah, there's another video of her.
I'm trying to reach out to her, but I haven't gotten anything back.
That's okay. Keep trying.
If anyone knows a better way, because all I can do is comment on one of her stuff. If anyone knows a better way to reach her, I would be greatly appreciated if you could give me that info or just tell her about us.
That'd be nice. 217 on Twitter, 65 on Facebook. My God. 20 on YouTube. 302 in network. Jeff Oliphant, $21.10. We hit $300.34. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Tim Pool is talking about the No Kings protest display, and that young lady is on again, and I like her. I want to get her on. Here is the video, and Olivia, you can listen to this, and I'm sure comment. Here it is.
5501 organized the No Kings protest. 5501 is responsible for many of the protests that were organized, and they stated on Facebook they were directly involved in the shooting of an innocent person, and the police arrested the guy they shot at. Now, there's video. I'm not going to show the full video because the video, it's just a panning shot from a rooftop, but there are stills. The first thing I want to show you is this. This is from Utah News Dispatch. Man dies after being shot in chaotic scene at Salt Lake City's No Kings protest. They go on to say, in a Facebook post by Utah's 50501, the group that organized, it's working with police saying, quote, our team was directly involved. We have been in direct contact with law enforcement. Some of you seem to think a keyboard or social media gives you a free pass to be nasty and accusatory. Our teams just had to deal with something extremely traumatizing, and when faced with personal risk to their own lives, chose to run toward the danger in order to serve the community. Lies. The video that was released shows a far left guy in black bloc. He's wearing all black. He's an Antifa guy. He's carrying a rifle legally pointed down. Two peacekeepers from presumably this group, they're saying they're involved, are holding pistols, pointing it at him, and they fire 3 shots. The dude ducks after getting shot at and runs. They had already shot and killed the guy when this guy started running. The narrative they're putting out is they saw a man manipulate his rifle, and then when they yelled at him to stop, he ran into the crowd, so they opened fire, and someone got caught in the crossfire. But when you watch the video, you can clearly see that is not the case. Now, the police arrested the dude who got shot. It is not illegal to carry a rifle. Utah is permitless open carry.
Why didn't they arrest the people that shot the guy?
They are covering up the fact that liberal organizers shot randomly into a crowd and killed the guy.
Insane.
And the crazy thing is, I'm finding out a lot of people have no idea this happened.
say that.
55.
Something to think about is when we think of the Second Amendment and what it's designed for, the Second Amendment is designed for your defense, right?
Yes,
It's not designed for you to go out and just randomly shoot people at will.
exactly.
But I will tell you the scariest thing about people with guns. I agree with Democrats. There is a group of people who are terrifying. It's the people who have no idea how to use them or what they're about, and then try to manipulate and use them with zero training, with no accountability. And this is what I see from those Antifa punks in Oregon. It always amazes me that liberals are so against guns until they use them themselves.
Exactly. When it suits their cause, they're all for it. We're Second Amendment. When it doesn't, nope.
Yep. This is Miss Jacobs. Miss Jacobs is very, very adamant that men can be women. And Pete Hegseth isn't having any of it. You're going to love this one, Liv. I'm assuming you'll be happy
Very
to comment.
excited.
Here it is.
Because if it were, you would be keeping these women in. Instead, you are the one injecting culture wars into the military, and it's at the detriment of our military readiness and national security. Now, General Kane, I'd like to turn to you.
So to be clear, these are men who think they're women.
These are women. I'm happy to educate you on
But these are men.
on trans
and so
issues at another
what we've
time.
identified is that there's mental health issues with that belief system.
I'd like to turn to
that
General
are
Kane
detrimental
now.
to readiness, and that's the determination that we've made and that we stand behind. Gender dysphoria.
And so you don't
complications.
because
Olivia,
Yes.
what predetermines a person to have gender dysphoria? Which part of their DNA, which gene, which genetic disposition determines if somebody is going to have gender dysphoria and have feelings of being a man?
I would assume it would be the brain.
Well, if it's the brain, then it's not a genetic disposition. You're talking about not something in the brain like the hippocampus or cerebral cortex, but you're talking about the memory function where feelings and emotion and dopamine and overall reactions of predetermined experiences impact our future experiences. So experiential learning, right?
Sure.
Great. Then it's psychosis. There it is. End of story. If you're saying that it's a choice, if you're saying it's in their brain, if you're saying that that it makes them different and they think they are something else, well, then thinking doesn't happen in the heart. Thinking doesn't happen in the lungs. Thinking doesn't happen in the kidneys. Thinking happens in the brain. And thought process itself is, you're not saying that they're schizophrenic. You're not saying that they are learning disabled. You're not saying that they are have some sort of deficiency. You're saying that they have chosen to be this instead of this. Well, that's a decision. And if the decision rests in that area, then it's psychosis.
Yep.
So that ends that conversation. Pedro's back. Go ahead and ban Pedro. I can't stand him anymore. He's such a cunt. Ugh. I mean, imagine being that emasculated. God, his wife must just like literally just cuck the entire neighborhood.
Yanni thinks so too.
Ban him. Get him, Amy. You've been waiting. I kept him on. I tried to give him a chance. But off with his head. Off with his head. I feel like I stumbled against a Klan meeting. Yeah. That's right. Klan meeting. A Mexican and a Jew. Yeah, such Klan. Because according to this, since my grandmother was Jewish, I'm Jewish. So big Klan meetings over here. My Mexican friend who came on said you're full of shit. Is Amy going to ban this twat waffle, or am I going to have to log on and get him?
Is it Facebook?
Yeah, just ban this prick.
Okay. Yanni, stop it.
Can't stand these
Got it.
putzes.
Oh, Amy got it.
Good. Inflation. So we were going to talk about this last night. We didn't. Folks, we're at 34 cents over goal. If you have not had a chance, please help donate to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. You go to thedumbshow.com/donate. Since we are now into overtime, we're going to give a pee break because this is the second hour. Please do me a favor and be back in 2 minutes and 30 seconds or watch this great commercial. Or even better, they can do what, Liv?
Donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
Yeah. Good. There you go.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations, but after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's what she said.
That's what she's. Oof. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child
For you.
15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old. Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
He's better at
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm going to owe them money without.
Okay, well, how do I do it? Do your thing again.
Oh, yeah, cut it.
Baby shark doo 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 doo.
Hey, Matt, congratulations on your success, brother. And I really appreciate you giving, both sides, and just free speech, the opportunity to have a platform.
Okay. Hi. Sorry. Matt went to get a drink and he accidentally dropped it. So he is, which he never does. That's usually me or one of the kids. So he's cleaning it up real quick. But unfortunately, I don't know how to work. Yeah, I don't know how to work the board. So that's him. So anyway, thank you for watching our lovely commercial. We had a lot of fun making it. And so you can help by donating by going to thedumbshow.com/donate. We really appreciate it. What? Oh, my new job. Okay, so I have a new family. People who've been watching a while know I am a nanny. And last week was my last week with my old family who I've been with since last September. And wow, you're mopping the floor. That's a first.
A first? I'm in the fucking Navy. What are you talking about?
Well, in my house, you never mop the floor here. So anyway, I have a new family, and that's great. So I really appreciate it. We just got a donation, so I'm going to put that in. It is from Mr. Matty Hollandaise. Thank you very much. $21.10. Hang on. I can't read. I bet Pedro prefers his drinks lukewarm because of his phobia of ice. That's very good. Very, very good. That was funny. Did you hear that, dear?
No, we're busy. Tell people to send
Okay. If trying to stall. If you have a question or if you want to call in, you can call in now. That would be wonderful. We're just trying to get it all cleaned up. Sorry for the interruption. I'm not very good on the spot. I try.
Tell a joke.
A joke. I'm trying to think of a joke.
Nick, tell a joke.
I'm trying to think of a joke.
A Jew, a rabbi.
Would a rabbi walk into a bar? Oh my goodness.
I know this is just water.
Oh, it is just water?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was your orange drink. Oh, no. Okay.
No, but I don't.
What distracted you that made you drop the water?
I just tried to reach the table, and I tripped on the new cables.
Got it.
I think it's good.
Is it good? Ash is trying to help you.
Look for donations.
I am.
We want pity donations.
I'm putting in donations right now. So appreciate that. And another one came in. All right. Mr. Frank Wood, Olivia, you look marvelous. Matt's a lucky man. Hope this helps. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I just got a compliment. Made me smile. His shoes are squeaky as he's walking around the house right now. Trying to get it cleaned up.
All right.
All right. Are you done?
Ooh, dog.
Nash just trying to help.
I don't think I've ever.
It's been a while.
I never spilled anything.
You never really know. Thank you, Frank. He gave me a compliment.
I should have used the Oregon Ducks. Should have used the Oregon Ducks thing.
The Oregon. I'll go get her.
I'll get her. You
No,
stole
I'm
more.
not. No, I'm
Tell
not.
another joke.
I'm not good at this. I
Just
don't.
show your tits.
No, I'm not good at this. I'm not. This is why I don't host the show by myself, because I don't know what to say. So, I mean, I could bring up. I told Matt to bring this up on the show, but he didn't, and so I don't have a video. But a couple days ago, Ilhan Omar, our favorite congressperson, I guess said that the United States is the worst country in the world, period. We are the worst country ever. I have no idea how she got elected, and she should be kicked out of Congress. You are a person that is representing our country, and you hate this country. You should not be a part of it. What is your opinion, dear, on the Ilhan Omar when she said this is the worst country ever?
I just got back from letting the dog out.
I know. Did you let her? Did you go down with her, or did you just let her out and we got to go?
I went down with her, and she doesn't want potty. She wants
to go play. She wants to go chase
She
around
wants
the
to go
deer.
play.
She wants to go.
You
chase
did
around
great,
the
by the
deer.
way.
Thanks. I'm not good at being put on the spot.
It's
don't
not
do
that.
very well.
Can you taste the collagen peptide? No, that means the
No.
collagen peptides you got are not good.
No, you cannot taste them at all. I put it in my coffee every morning, and it gives it, it makes it a little bit creamier. And what it reminds me of is I use liquid coffee creamer. It reminds me of when I use powdered coffee creamer, but it doesn't, I cannot taste it. It does not change the taste of the coffee at all.
If you get the ones that we get,
yeah,
and you can't taste it at all.
Oh, who was I supposed to send that link to? I told somebody I was going to send the link of the peptides to them last night, and I totally forgot because you didn't remind me.
You never told me.
No, I was going to do it. It was during the show. So whoever that was, I'm really sorry. Please send me a message or an email so I can send you the link from Amazon of the peptides that we use. Please, I am very sorry. I greatly apologize. I just don't remember who I was
Here's a
supposed to send
joke.
it
What do you
to.
call a paraplegic in a pile of leaves? And then Paul says, "Damn it, Matt. People hitting on your wife when you're gone." I don't. That doesn't threaten me. She's never asked for a refund. Yeah, there's no threat. My wife. Listen, plenty of people have hit on my wife, and she is just fiercely loyal and not interested. Did you lighten your hair, Olivia?
No, I did not, but I actually got a haircut today.
She did get a haircut.
But all I did was cut like 2 inches off and got some long layers. So it's, as my hairstylist called it, it's happy now. It's got some bounce. It's not sad. It's
Yeah.
What is colostrum? Debbie, have you tried colostrum? I don't know what it is. What is it?
Colostrum.
I'm not sure.
Isn't that a form of collagen?
Maybe.
Anyway, let's get going. Trump, nobody knows what I'm going to do on Iran. Adam Schiff has...
Shifty Schiff has got an opinion.
Oh, did we get another donation?
No, not
Yeah,
that.
you did.
Let me look.
Yep, 342. We got a couple.
Ooh.
There we go. Frank Wood, 2110. I
I
know
already
you
called
called
those
it, but
out,
I
yeah.
just, know.
Yeah, I called
All right,
those out.
here's the video of Adam Schiff. This wanker. The president of the United States can't declare war. Yeah, we know, dumbass. God, I can't stand this guy.
Does the president, from your perspective, have the legal authority, to go ahead and strike Iran's nuclear facilities without formal congressional approval?
Yes,
Yes,
he
he
does.
No, I don't think he does.
Yes, he does, you little fuck.
I've got the evidence right here on this
Yeah.
blank piece of paper. Trust me.
God, this
I'm
guy.
telling the truth.
He so catches, I swear to God.
And I think Congress should insist on having a vote on this prior to a decision to engage in hostilities in that manner. Whether we will or not is very much an open question. We have, over the last 10 or 20 years, really ceded our authority to declare war or to refuse to declare war under the Constitution. So whether this Congress will say a word about it remains to be seen. But I do think congressional approval is both desirable and, from a constitutional point of view, necessary.
Does the president, from your
Wow.
perspective...
Let's go ahead and go over it. Liv, do you want to go ahead and tell us what he can and can't do?
I don't know the exact. Well, I guess I could read it off of your
Yeah, just read it.
order. The president can order airstrikes, missile launches, special forces raids, and short-term military operations like Clinton did in Kosovo, Obama in Libya, and Trump in Syria. Do so under the War Powers... Actually, move down because I can't see the camera. Do so under the War Powers Resolution of 1973, which allows 60 days of action plus 30 for withdrawal without congressional approval. Act immediately if there's a national emergency or imminent threat.
What can he not do?
He cannot engage in sustained full-scale conflict without congressional funding and authorization, or declare war. That power belongs solely to Congress.
Give us a couple of examples.
Trump launched missile strikes on Syria in 2017 without a declaration of war. Bush got congressional approval to invade Iraq in 2003.
So anytime you want to know if Adam Schiff's lying is when his mouth is open. And when he says, I think, well, then the conversation's over. Because what you think is we don't give a shit. Well, your opinion means nothing. What does the Constitution say? And the Constitution doesn't say anything specifically, but the War Powers Act of 1973 does say that he can go ahead and attack 60 days without congressional approval and 30 days to go ahead and remove, and can extend that upon congressional approval. So he's full of shit, as always. Colostrum is the first no, I don't take colostrum. Just the peptides. That's it.
Have the legal...
No, Vietnam was not a war. Korea was not a war. Iraq was not a war. Afghanistan was not a war. Grenada wasn't a war. Vietnam was not a war. We have not declared war since World War II. And although they are wars, from the definition, the actual written definition of war, a declaration must be made against another country to engage in conflict. We have not declared war since World War II. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes perfect sense.
Pretty simple. Folks, we're at 342.54. I think Olivia wants to stay here until we hit 400. Is that right, Liv?
I do.
Liv?
Yes. Yes.
You want to stay here till it was a question. Yes, I do versus
Absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I had a really good conversation with her, by the way. She cut my hair. And she did a good job, didn't she?
Who?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she cut my hair.
She did,
But doesn't it? I mean, she did it.
good.
It looks hip and chic.
Was your Norm not there?
No, Mickey wasn't there. And you know what? I talked to her and I said, listen, I was hard on you over at the Daryl's Barbershop, and just cut my hair and relax and don't feel any stress. And she did a great job once I said that. She was so nervous, and because I get grumpy. And Liv wants to go play Diablo.
Go figure.
Yeah, Liv wants to go play Diablo.
No.
We want to just chill, I think. And do we want to play Diablo?
No.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. We do need to go. We need to pick a new TV show. We finished the second season of 1923 last night.
Can I say that I've been thinking about, I'm a little disappointed in the last episode. I thought the last episode was stupid.
Yeah, they needed to do a little more.
It was horrible. It really was horrible. Like, there should have been another love scene. I was
It was a little anticlimactic.
It was stupid. It's just such drudgery. The whole fucking time she's in America, it's like evil, and it was so woke. I didn't like it. I was really pissed off by it. I love the story.
It did not. I mean, the story was great, but it did not live up to the first season. Like, the first season was absolutely amazing.
Phenom.
But so we need another show to watch.
We'll find it. And we'll find it. Okay. POV. The Lincoln Project is back.
Oh boy.
Go for Stargate,
Is
Matt.
this the little boy? Mommy.
No. But this is the Lincoln Project. And they did this video, and this is horrendous, folks. We are looking for $60.
We need to start making our own Lincoln Project videos.
We should. Well, we got Jeff.
We do.
We got Jeffrey. Let's see if we can use him. Folks, $60, $58 is where we're at. Who is going to help us go home? Who is going to give us the weekend, even though I'm going to be working on the weekend? But, by the way, real quick, forgot to tell you guys, articles and videos, reels will be back. So on Monday. So I haven't done any reels, and I was doing those little 5-minute short form videos. Those will be back. And I have not been doing a lot of news articles. Those will be coming back on Monday because we're officially done with the remodel. So you'll see a lot more content from us. I heard there was a new Diablo.
No, maybe a new season. But.
Nope. Season, that's it. Here we go. Enjoy this overdramatic pile of steaming.
Looking forward to it.
Steaming BS.
But Mom, I don't want to go fight Iranians for Israel.
Joey, don't you dare be anti-Semitic.
I want to go home, sir. You some kind of anti-Semite, Joey.
I don't even know why we were there.
Let's focus on why that thought is anti-Semitic, Joey.
Get a job, loser. Israel needs our taxes.
But I'm not even dead.
That's anti-Semitic, son. But Mom, I don't want to go fight Iranians for Israel.
That was the worst. I mean,
that was the worst porn I've ever watched.
No, that was low rent even for the Lincoln Project. At least the Lincoln Project, the other commercials had somewhat of, that was just the most awkward thing I've ever seen. And wow, isn't that the person in the general or whoever the last person was in the last scene? Wasn't that the dude that would arrested that dad and daughter for driving across state lines?
Yeah. That was the cop. Yeah, Lincoln Project. Yeah. Gregory Harrison's, why did the astronaut break up with his girlfriend? Tell me. Was that not horrible?
It was awful. It was very
liberals
cringe.
Are. That just shows you not only is the DNC going bankrupt.
He wanted space.
He wanted space. That's great.
That's funny.
Here is another Lincoln Project called Trump's America. Good luck with this.
Oh boy, excited.
Good luck with this. This one's just as bad. This shit is just a steaming pile.
I had a really good time today.
Yeah, me too. I really
What are you doing?
She's coming with us.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
I'm your Republican congressman. Now that we're in charge, we're rounding up illegals.
She was born here. She's a citizen.
I don't care. She looks like one of them. But don't worry. When she's in prison in El Salvador, she'll have lots of company.
Is that Pedro's daughter? It's Pedro's daughter.
Dude, she is hot. There you go.
God, I'd give her a 20 spot on the poll.
My goodness. That is,
Dude.
wow.
Dude, what are you guys doing? Like, let her go, man.
goodness.
Like, dude, I am an FBI agent.
You talk, give me two. Oh my gosh, that was laughable.
I caught
You
my
know
first
what?
tube today, sir.
You know what? We just, to have a good laugh, we just need to pull up all the Lincoln Project commercials and watch them. And man, we would all just be dying of laughter because they are all just so funny.
Tell me we got a tip.
We got a donation.
Thomas Griffiths, Fallout is another good series. Oh, I love Fallout. I played all the Fallouts. Fallout's amazing. The TV show is what you're saying?
I think show, because we're talking about watching another show.
Yeah, we'll
we
see.
do need to watch the last season of Yellowstone.
And The Boys.
You need to watch The Boys.
We'll start The Boys over after Yellowstone. Let's watch Yellowstone and then we'll watch.
Okay.
Yeah. This right here is what we're going to end the show on. Folks, we desperately need, we got to hit 4. We want to. We're too close. We're at 362.54. It's going to take $38 to hit it. $38 to hit goal, end the week. 320 watching. We've had a lot of people, especially Twitter's been going off. Facebook, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't
know what to tell you. Here is something that treason comes to mind. Every single one of these people. Remember what I told you about the auto pen, Liv?
Mhm.
People were so concerned about the auto pen.
Yeah.
With Joe Biden, basically someone just signing us. What did I tell you about the auto pen? You have to have consent of the signee in order for it to be valid.
Yes.
And if that is not there and Joe Biden doesn't say, hey, I consented to these signings, then therefore it is now illegal and it's non-binding. That is what I've always said about I said auto pen is used by Trump's used auto pen. Everybody uses auto pen. I enjoy the Tom Clancy series video games. I played every single one. I played Division. Olivia and I played Division 1 and 2. We destroyed it. We got max characters, all the greatest weapons, all the specials. We love it. They need to do another Splinter Cell. Love Splinter Cell. But I'm a big Tom Clancy fan. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We love Rainbow. And what's great is that we're going to buy a PS5 for this room. And so we can play it in here, which would be awesome. So we just kind of kick back and play it in here because this gives us 2 TVs and sound to play. Anyway, this video will upset you. This is Mr. Theodore Wold, and he is testifying for Congress, and he explains why what Joe Biden did was essentially treasonous, and people need to go to jail. Listen.
When the president signs, he communicates his assent and endorsement of the action he takes. The auto pen is a device that signs the president's signature to a document. The oversight project, of which I am a board member, has discovered that the Biden White House deployed an auto pen to affix President Biden's signature to pardons, prison commutations, executive orders, and presidential proclamations. The oversight project's research has found that the Biden White House first deployed the auto pen to affix President Biden's signature to a proclamation on day 5 of his administration, and that there were at least 3 different auto pen signatures in use throughout President Biden's tenure in the White House. In June 2022, the Biden White House began deploying the auto pen to sign clemency warrants and executive orders. Auto pen use skyrocketed from there. We found that of the 51 clemency warrants issued during the Biden presidency, over half, 32 in total, were signed with an auto pen. And these include some of the most controversial acts of clemency of the Biden presidency, including death row commutations and the preemptive pardons of members of the Biden family, Dr. Anthony Fauci, General Mark Milley, and more that were issued in the final days of the Biden presidency. We reviewed President Biden's schedule in his publicly available media and were unable to find any record of President Biden's personally approving these actions, such as a statement issued by the president himself to reporters. In addition, we found that the Biden White House used the auto pen to affix President Biden's signature to clemency warrants and executive orders while the president himself was in Washington, D.C. for at least some of that day, and thus was presumably available to sign important executive actions. Finally, we found multiple days where President Biden wet signed a bill into law, but used an auto pen to issue an executive order or for other important executive actions. The Biden White House's widespread use of an auto pen to affix President Biden's signatures to documents that exercise executive powers belonging solely to the president poses significant constitutional, legal, and practical considerations. Once the president's signature is copied and loaded into the auto pen, the machine can sign documents as the president himself would. To be blunt, by using the auto pen, anyone can sign documents as the president himself. Now, to be clear, I'm not here today to suggest that the auto pen is bad. It's just technology. I'm here today because of questions concerning President Biden's capacity and whether the auto pen was used to usurp presidential power or to conceal the president's decline. As the sitting president's mental acuity declined, potentially to the point of incapacitation, his administration's expansion of the powers of the presidency raises more questions than answers. Any investigation into this matter should focus not only on whether President Biden directed or authorized subordinate staff to take action in certain instances, but whether he had the capacity to do so at all. The 25th Amendment lays out clear procedures for what to do when the president is incapacitated. It was carefully drafted and informed by our nation's history. The Biden administration ignored it all to aggrandize executive power and push the country further in their preferred ideological direction. It is our obligation at this point to get to the bottom of these issues and to ask the important question as to whether or not the auto pen and other devices were used to cover and obscure President Biden's mental decline, undermining our national security and also the Constitution.
Yep.
Yep. Not much to argue with there. And that is the argument. Chuck Peterson and I talked about this, and we had a good conversation that the auto pen is 100% a legal form of authentication and declaration of consent to sign if the following provisions were accepted. One is that there was no malfeasance or covering up what the document was signing, that you had consent of the signee, and that it was provisioned and calculated or tabulated in a formal declaration of what they were signing. As long as those things happen, and they didn't. People need to go to prison.
Yes, they do.
Drip your water.
Yeah.
I had some water, but it's all over the floor.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. People need to go to jail. It's not going to happen. We can hope, we can dream, we can pray, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Melanie Marino, 4169, gets us to 40423. Just some prayers for Lauren, please. Thanks. What, Lauren?
Lauren is her daughter. She is in the hospital right now. She's got, I think, swelling in the brain and a couple of other things, and they're not quite sure what it is. They're going to test her for, I think, meningitis and a few other things. Getting an MRI tonight. So she's on the show, but she's been watching back and forth, going back and forth.
Melanie, we will obviously off camera say a very large prayer. I'm still working on that for how to do that effectively. And I just need a little bit more time to feel like I'm doing that for the right reasons, for my own personal reasons. Not that the intent wouldn't be directly for you and your family, but I would love to say a prayer offline. And we will do that. We thank you. Something that doesn't require a donation, but we appreciate that you did do it. 40423. I have to address something.
Christine has a question first. Okay. Has any other president used more than one auto pen? Has any other president used an auto pen when executive orders were signed?
Yes. Yeah. There's a few reasons we know this. Every single Christmas letter and Christmas card is auto penned. Every state level to federal endorsed bill that requires executive signature and state funds or federal funds is auto penned. Every provision that is amended coming out of the executive office is AutoPen. AutoPen's used all the time. The problem is there has to be a log, just like a county clerk and recorder's office. There has to be consent given, and there has to be an awareness that the documents being signed meet the other two parameters. That's the problem, and they weren't. You can use AutoPen. There's nothing wrong with AutoPen. To expect the President of the United States to sit there and sign 700,000 documents during their presidency is a ridiculous notion. AutoPen is completely acceptable. I signed our entire House documents with AutoPen 3 times. It's used all the time. There's nothing wrong with it. But once again, it cannot be used in a nefarious way. That's my point. Not everybody has diplomatic immunity. Joe Biden doesn't. Matt, how can we tell if something is signed with an AutoPen? There's no variations in the signature. No, I'm not letting it go. My show.
Okay.
Sorry, can't do it. And it's our show. But when I do this, it's my show. And I'm going to say it because it needs to be said.
Okay.
And you got to trust me.
Okay.
Matt, how can we tell if something is signed with AutoPen? No variance in signature is how you tell. That you can find, no two signatures are alike, ever. It's a thumbprint, and it's impossible. And if you can't tell it with the visual eye, you can tell it with a micrometer or a telescope or any type of software, scanning software can tell you if there's inconsistencies with the pressure of the strokes, the type of pen being used. There's a million ways to do a forensic audit of this. So I can show you documents that I've already seen that will show you that he was using AutoPen. Now, the question is, are the AutoPen logs, does it line up? And if Biden was going to if Biden would admit that, hey, I didn't know I was signing that, right? It's going to be bright on us. I'm very sorry. There's something, I forgot to turn down my brightness. There you go. So you have a General Miley pardon, Fauci pardon, J6 committee pardon, Lundgren pardon, the family pardon. So take a look. Here's the signatures of all of them. They're all exactly the same. So there you go. That should be proof. That's enough, right? So that's, to me, if he auto-penned all of those, well, then the question is, did he have knowledge of what he was signing? Did he have his faculties to sign those? Is the log of the auto-pen cataloged in the proper way against the documents he signed? And if any of those answers are no, then that is a crime.
Then those pardons shouldn't be upheld. And
once again,
should go back to jail.
That's going to be a constitutional argument, because they can say, well, the administration makes decisions all the time where the president gave us verbal confirmation. Biden isn't going to throw himself under the bus. All he has to say is, I knew about all those. And then if someone didn't catalog, then he says, oh, well, has nothing to do with me. They didn't catalog, right? I mean, but then you got to go, well, you tried to throw Trump in fucking prison for a clerical error on a payout to Stormy Daniels, and you were going to throw him in prison for that. So, it's kind of talking out of both sides of your mouth. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit, and it's wrong, and it's stupid. You know what I mean?
Yep, it is.
1 minute for you, Liv, and then I'm going to go. First of all, I want to thank everybody for donations. Libby?
Yes, thank you.
Wrong one. Sorry,
you
baby.
You got to switch some
I
things
will.
in there.
I will. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for your donations and for putting up with my rambling for those few minutes, because I'm just not very good on the spot.
I think you are if you were prepared and had something to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still can't think of a joke. I've got one in my head. I just can't think of it. It's that rabbit one. I just don't remember it.
Olivia, I love you, and you're fine, and you're perfect. You're not designed. This takes time and it takes energy and it takes effort. This is not easy. And you do a great job. And I love you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Was that all you had for your minute?
Yeah, as usual, short and sweet.
Man, those 45s look pretty damn good up there.
Mhm.
Those Colts.
Yes, they do.
I got to admit, they add to the Civil War.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
All right. Can you give me my? Can I take my time?
Sure.
All right. So here's. I want to be clear. I feel like I'm Hillary Clinton. Let's be clear.
I ain't no ways tired.
I no ways tired.
You're deplorable.
Yeah, I need to talk to the dummies for a minute. And try to stick around for a second if you could. This show, I want you to think about something. You got a guy who comes on and says, hey, where Olivia and I were completely happy. We were, and chime in here, please.
Okay.
We were completely happy with the old studio. We knew that we needed to expand. We knew we needed to get bigger, but we weren't in any rush. And we knew it would happen at some point, but this is truly enjoyable now. Like it's always was enjoyable, but it feels so comfortable to do the show. Like,
yeah.
It just feels so relaxed and so perfect for us that we're so happy to have it.
Yes.
But I want you to think about the last 30 days.
Okay.
And like I said, about 4 months ago, we were going to do the Barry Morgenstein pictures. I'm going to put you in the screen. There's no reason not to have you on here. Barry Morgenstein was set up. Deirdre reached out to us and said, hey, you got to go to Barry Morgenstein, whatever. We did. And it was a massive, fun, amazing time. And just like it propelled us that in ways that I can't even explain. And Barry has become a dear friend. Like I talk to Barry almost every day on the phone. I love him and I love Shelly. And they're going to be coming out soon to be on the show. And I just love them. I mean, truly. And we get this chance to raise money and have Chuck match it. And, you know, I know we kind of focused on Chuck for a while but there's so many other people who've helped us get where we are. But this was kind of new and you know, it was kind of, I knew something was going on there. And I felt obligated to make it successful and to have the team make it successful. And I think we did. I thought we had a great show. It was 6 hours. It was fun. Everyone was good. And let's stop and let's think about before that. In 3.5 years, 4 years, I haven't taken a vacation. I took a vacation with Valor, but we still came on those nights.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not taken a vacation in 4 years. I have not left the show in 4 years. And out of those 4 years and those 1,500 some odd days of being on, I think I've probably missed 40. Not less than that. Maybe 30, where we like not coming on tonight.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't been many.
No.
Because I have to like drag you kicking and screaming to take.
Yeah.
Even when you're not feeling good. Yeah.
So I want you to think about all the shows, all the lives, all the articles, all the reels, fighting back and forth, having a job full time and doing the show, then losing that, and just the amount of stress. And then the Chuck thing happens, and you've got to somehow try to find a way to raise $10,000, and you have to put a show together. So you do all the behind the scenes work. You get all the contacts. You and Olivia call everybody. You pull every connection you have to make it work, and you do all the branding and the commercials and the writings. Folks, we probably put 100 hours into that show before we even turned it on. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
You put in most of the hours. But
Yeah.
yes.
Well, and that's me going from 7 o'clock in the morning up at 6, 7 o'clock till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. And I'm not asking for sympathy, okay? I just want you to understand my position. So then we do the show, extremely emotional. After the show, I just bawled. I just cried. I could not keep it together with what everyone did. It was just amazing, and it was so humbling. And then to hear Chuck's story, I felt an immense amount of pressure. And we had to get the money situated and move it from one account to another. And that was stressful. And then I started shopping. And we literally spent $16,000 in less than 48 hours. And I did the math. We bought over 175 things for this room. 175 things. Whether that, no, I did not include the other 40, which were things that were under $10, like screws and spray paint and wood. But we were well over 250 items to build this room. I don't have a purchasing manager. That was me. Researching the rock, trying to solve the solution for the banister, figuring out what wood we would get, figuring out how we would design it, what colors we would do, how do we get barn doors for a fucking 12-foot entry? How? They don't make them. And if you custom, they're going to be $2,500. How are we going to get the lights? Fox News uses these. We need 4 of them. They're $1,500 a piece. What do we do? How do I make 5 cameras go into one computer? All of those things was on me. How do I run electrical? How do I pop the bottom of the crown molding so the doors go through? How do I frame the doors so there's no gap in between and it can be soundproof and lightproof? How do I run 7 network cables through a finished house? How do I make a 2 desks into one, and how do I close a gap in it when it's MDF? How do I adhere things to the wall that are multifaceted to drywall where the studs are off? How do I learn how to use a chop saw? How do I learn how to use a table saw? How do I run 8-foot boards on a table saw by myself? How do I sand and stain a 20-foot piece of wood, make it seamless, and have it all line up when it's 4 separate pieces and make it look like one piece? How do I make galvanized steel railroad tracks look like they're from 1800? All of these things. And I'm telling you, there was how many times did something like that come up?
Yeah. I mean, everything.
Everything.
Oh my gosh.
It was constant how to figure it out. Okay. So you do that. Then you've got to somehow keep your fans happy for 30 days and still do live shows and still be relevant and still do some real segments and still get some articles up. Would you go grab her, please?
Yes.
And still do some articles and stuff. And then you got to do it in record time just in case the guy who gave you 50% of this budget, God forbid, gets to a state that he can't travel or he's not going to be okay. And have that on your shoulders that this guy has cancer and it's terminal and he may not bounce back into a recovery state and he's relying on you. And all the donors are relying on you. And you still got to produce all those things. And you got to do it in 30 days. A project that would cost $50K for any contractor to come in and do, and you've never done any of those things before, and you've had to learn. Olivia will tell you, Liv, did I know how to do any of this shit?
No.
Any of it?
No.
No.
You taught yourself.
Nothing. Not one
Trial
thing.
and error. A lot of pieces of wood ruined and having to go back. You have no idea how many trips we took to Home Depot. I swear they know us by first name there.
Yeah, they're sending us Christmas cards this year.
Yep.
So doing all of that, then looking at it and saying, because you didn't have the tools and you realize that $20,000 wasn't enough, you got to go to your wife and tell her, we're going to buy all our own tools and that's going to set us over budget by $5,000 to $7,000. And we need an electrician because we can't retro the electrical work. We had to go 3 levels, run wires from the bottom basement all the way to the top. We couldn't do that. There was no way without tearing the whole walls up. And that's going to be an additional $2,500. And then we got to patch the walls and then sand the walls because we're not GCs and I want it done right. And I don't want to have the entire house full of dust and I don't want to just screw it up. So you have to hire a professional painter to come and do that. So all those things. Olivia does have bicep definition because I worked out with her for about 2 years and got her into.
I used to work out religiously, and then
but
I
she
got
still
lazy.
looks good. But she's great. She's sexy. Okay, so now you've done all of that, and you still have a dog that you've got to nurture, and you've got kids and a wife, and you've got your life, and you got to pay the bills, and you've got credit card. You got to go to court over a stupid credit card. And the toilet main starts leaking, and the water company calls you and tells you that you have a leak in your main plumbing, and you're like, oh my God, what do we do? And freak you out. All of these things happen, okay? And all you're trying to do as you break down on multiple times because you're just so much stress, you can't handle it, and you just want to cry because you feel like you're never going to get there. And you put the last finishing touch of the rag on the dust. And you look at the clock and it's 6 o'clock and you go, we're going to make it. We're going to be on. Liv, we're going to make it. We're going to have a great show tonight. I need 30 minutes just to fine tune. And then I'm going to research and we're going to have a show tonight. And we're going to be on. Boom. We're ahead of schedule. And Olivia gets called out by a viewer. Ash is chewing the Oregon flag. Feast.
It's her own personal Jew toy.
Feast, dog, feast. And you look at the clock, and Olivia gets a message. Are you guys coming on tonight? And Olivia's like, we're trying. We're making it happen. And then we're going to do our best, right? Is that roughly it?
The message was actually sent to me earlier in the afternoon, but I was on my first day with my new family and I didn't check my phone all day.
So Olivia's at her new job, which is filling the gap because we asked for $300 a night when we probably need more than like $500 a night to pay for the internet, to pay for everything. But she works to try to supplement that income. Pick that up. And it's probably from China. Fucking shit. And then it's 6 o'clock and you run into the kitchen and you scarf and you shove food down your gullet in 5 minutes. Like, that's what I do. And your heartburn kicks in. So you take your medicine because you literally are supposed to slow down and eat right, but you don't because you've got to go. And that was our statement. We got to go. Every morning, we got to go. Let's go. We got to go. That was my mantra. I probably said those words more than any other besides fuck. And 6:30 hits. And you sit down and you're literally, everyone's mopping, throwing shit, just throwing tape measures and nails and screws out the door, clearing off the desk that literally had hundreds of pieces of items on it. And 6:35 hits. And Olivia, get in your chair and sound check. Okay. And camera check. Last camera gets up. Yes, Ash has lost all her teeth. A long time ago. And 6:45 hits and you open up Twitter and you realize, I got to get the show booked. I got to give people some notice. So you put it in there and all of a sudden Facebook, Rumble, Twitter, YouTube, Wimkin, all come back. Accounts are not synced with this computer. And you have to uninstall everything and reacquire password and username security in order to start streaming. That process usually takes 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Amy Stancombe says, remember, people complained about the ads, so Matt turned them off. That removed a source of revenue too. Oh, yeah. I can't tell you how many things I've done to appease people. We're not done. We're going to keep talking. More people are watching. Nobody's leaving because I think they're interested in the story. Because there's one thing I'm really good at. I'm a good storyteller.
Pause it real quick. Since
Yeah. Thank you so much. Rainbird Sprinkler from Rumble donated 20. Well, thank you. Never heard of you before, and I appreciate you from doing that. That's amazing.
Thank you very much.
It's very kind of you. So we get that done. And I'm like, oh my God, we're going to be late. And around 4 o'clock, I messaged the moderators and said, guys, just let you know, we may not be able to come on. Not sure, but we're looking good. but we may not be able to come on. And I always try to communicate with my mod team. So then we booked the show and we realize it's 7:15. We finally get everything going. And we booked the show for 7:20. And I notice somebody is talking shit about me in chat and trying to stir people up. This has happened before. We've had many people who've been a part of this show who absolutely we loved and adored, who just all of a sudden, just like they just turn against you. We don't know why. Sometimes maybe it's I bit their head off. It happens. But most of the time, it's something so stupid that has nothing to do with them, and then they decide to destroy a great relationship. And most people will tell you when I screw up, I apologize. But I see someone talking shit, but I don't say anything. I leave, and it's someone who I truly care about. Somebody who has helped us and who I absolutely adore. And have treated with the level of respect that I try to treat most people with. But I let it go. And we get done with that show. And that wasn't the $187 show. But it was...
No, that was Monday.
It was a good show.
Coming on and talking about
it was a good show. And I go and I look at my wife and I kiss her and I say, I love you. And I'm so happy that we did this. And I open up my chat and I get a chat that says something like, I'm so angry with you. And I'm so disappointed in you. And my mother came into my head. Which everyone knows I don't have a good relationship with my mom. And the words that were there were so scathing that it really hurt. Because you didn't even ask me why. All you did was try to break me down and tear me down and make me feel as insignificant as you thought I was making you feel. And I can't fucking believe that anyone would do that. It just baffles me. I would never treat a human being that way. There are times where Amy Robinson and I have gotten into it. Livy and I have gotten into it. Hell, Amy Stancombe and I have gotten into it. And I always know when I'm wrong. And I don't know what I did except literally go to bed crying in pain from my back and torn cartilage in my ribs and all the other pain that I had from doing everything by myself except for the weekends when Olivia could paint. And then Olivia finally started learning some skill sets and being able to apply those, and we started crushing. But Olivia will tell you, there were nights I couldn't move. I couldn't move my neck. I couldn't move my back. I couldn't even make love to my wife. I could not make love to my wife because I could not move. And we persevered and we did not quit. And I don't care what it was. I popped Advil. I took a long shower, whatever. I went to work and I did not take a day off and I did not stop. I worked every week, 30 days, every day, day and night.
Yep.
And I get this lambasting about how we were 20 minutes late for a show.
And we didn't notify ahead of time.
And we didn't notify somebody effectively that our show wasn't going to be the normal drudgery of news, but was going to be us showing you pictures and showing you the show. I didn't do anything wrong. Olivia most surely didn't do anything wrong. Amy Stancombe didn't do anything wrong. Amy Stancombe is loyal. Amy Stancombe busts her ass for this show, and so do the other mods. But I want to be clear on something. And this is the most humble way that I can say it, is we have 245 on Twitter. The most humble I can say this. And please listen to me, because it's not directed, I think, at anybody on right now, because we have trimmed people from this show, and it's always been for the better. There is nobody who has left this show that I'm like, we must get them back. I'm sorry. There isn't. Like Kristen, MC, I want to see Kristen, but those people go in time. Kim and Leslie Dreisen, I want them back. But they watch, they just don't contribute as much. And there are people who I want back who've left, but they've left because just contrition and time and space and not, and maybe it's just they have other things to do. That's I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people who've said, I'm leaving, pay attention to me. And if you don't, I'm going to take as many people with me as possible. Those fucking people. So let me say something. I haven't had to say this in a while, but let me just say it. None of you own me. If you donate to this show, we appreciate you. We give you as much thanks and love and caring as we possibly can. But if you feel some way about it, send me an email, Matt at the Dumb Show, Olivia at the Dumb Show, and we'll refund your money right now. You're getting a product. We are working and communicating with you and trying to give you the best information we possibly can with a relationship that you cannot find anywhere else. Nobody talks to you guys like this. Nobody will write you personal notes. Nobody will call you when you're in the hospital. Nope. There's hosts who do this. We do this because we truly care. But if you think that throwing some money at us means that you fucking own me, you got another fucking thing coming. My honor and integrity are not for sale. And if you're going to be angry with me and you're going to be upset with me and disappointed with me that I have let you down in some way because we're 20 minutes late to a show and the monkeys didn't perform for you, you can go fuck yourself. 10 ways to Sunday. You're being an irrational, immature, petulant fucking child. And you will not be missed. Because I know you're watching. But I know you're not talking. You've embarrassed yourself. You have disrespected my wife. You have disrespected my mods. You have disrespected the commitment you made to this show out of loyalty for the exchange of product and relationship that we have and for no other reason. And you dishonored yourself. Good fucking riddance. Now I've said what I'm going to say. And you can call me immature as I joked around for the entire show and made comments if we only had time. But the one thing I never did was mention your name, did I? I never outed you. I never exposed you. I never showed you the text you sent to Olivia, showed the text you sent to Amy, showed the shit talking you did in Rumble, showed the shit you said to me. I never exposed you. And I'm still not going to. Because I'm not a little petulant turd. You were never our friend. You used us until we were no longer convenient. And then you dumped us. You know, I say the words, don't unfriend me. You can love me, you can hate me. We can agree or disagree, but don't unfriend me. In this case, I'll make the fucking exception. That's all I have to say about that. And now, I've said my piece. And now we're done. When I say, my fucking show, my dime, my stream, my feed, you dishonor everyone in this chat. You dishonor everyone here who loved you, who cares about you. And I promise you, when you come crawling back, it'll never be the same. Because it never is for the people who do. And there's a lot of them. And they will tell you, I walked away and I came back because I realized something. We are not malicious. We are not mean people. We were tired and fucking exhausted. And we were here for you. And we came on our son's birthday. And we made $187 that night. And we were scared shitless. What happened? How did it happen? Are we going to be okay? Are we going to survive? And instead of asking us how we were, you shat all over us. And then you took your football and went home. Now I'm done. Liv, anything else?
Nope. We got a donation, though.
Put it in.
I'm doing it right now.
JD Stillwell, hard work is appreciated. $25, $449.23. Folks, we get emotional on this show because we care. Up until a point. Stumpy, welcome, buddy. Anything else?
Nope.
You have anything to say?
Nope. I've said my piece.
Folks, do me a favor. 13 hours. You can go to Tonto's site, our good friend. We love Tonto. You know what I love about the show? Is that we've made so many friends who come on this show, and they're now our friends.
I have to say that for such a badass, Tonto loves his emojis. Seriously, every email and text, it's just got.
I mean, for a hard charger, cold front. So he says to me today, and I just got out of the shower, which is apropos because I was thinking about him. And I walk out of the shower, and he's like, "Man," he's like, "I'm getting old," and because I told him to stay frosty, and he goes, "I'm getting old. I'm not as frosty as I was." And I said, "Glaciers are millennia old, and they're as frosty as they come, buddy."
He's younger than me.
He's amazing.
No, his last email has a big heart emoji hugging another heart. It's just so funny. You just wouldn't think it, but I think it's great. I love getting his emails because they're all fun. What are you doing, child?
Amy Stancombe is appreciated. She busts her ass here. And so does Glenn. So does Kevin. So does Melanie. Is Melanie modded yet?
You know, I don't know.
We need to get her modded because that's Twitter, right? Is Melanie Marino?
Melanie, she goes on everywhere.
It's like Mel for today or Mel's for today. Is that Mel Lowe?
Yeah, no, that's Melanie Marino.
Okay, we need to get Marino and Mel Lowe modded up and give them some access. They deserve it. All right.
She touched something and now I don't have access to eCam anymore.
She changed it.
Yeah.
Changed the scene. Show scene windows. Oh, yeah, we'll fix it tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We need to get Melanie mod access.
Yes.
Okay. Monday, short form videos will be back. News articles coming back. We've got Ryan Weaver coming on the show in July. We've got an opening next week, so we'll fill it. I don't know with whom, but we'll figure it out. We're reaching out to a bunch of different people, and we're going to get some more people on the show. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for supporting us. Please give us a like, share. Please hit it and follow and share with as many people as possible. We appreciate you. This is because of you. It's because of you, and we can't thank you enough, and we appreciate you, and we're going to go on to bigger and better things. Please, if you took offense to that tonight, you're probably the wrong person. It's not about everybody. It's just we're people. We've got feelings. Remember that. And we try to do our best. Thanks for watching. Olivia, say good night.
Good night, y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Have a good weekend. See you guys on Monday. Good night.
Night.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leeroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show.
We love you, Melanie.
Honest,
hang in there.
Direct, unfiltered.
Keep us posted.
We can
Please
agree,
keep us posted. Let us know.
Just don't unfriend me.